I think it's a non-starter.
Okay.
A non-starter for a former president to meet a sitting president to have a discussion over a high case profile like Ken Ofori-Atta's case. I was just really wondering what His Excellency, the former president, wants to discuss with John Dramani Mahama. Today, there are people at the other side, as the NPP, arguing that he's sick, he's going to seek medical care, and so should be allowed to treat himself before that. I've just really wondered, when Ken Ofori-Atta was collapsing banks, when Ken Ofori-Atta dipped his hand in the pocket of people who are on pension, people who worked hard, saved some money, made investment to pay for their medical bills, people who were sick and were relying on these monies that they invested in government bond to cure their ailments or to buy medication, whether he really cared about these people when he decided to take these people's money in this whole saga of domestic exchange program. Did he bother? He never bothered. Why should we Ghanaians today be worried that Ken Ofori-Atta is not well, and for that matter, he should not be allowed to come and account for his stewardship to us? Remember, this was the same man who said that, look, he's not going to take any payment for his work. At a point when we said, look, his own people, the NPP MP said, look, enough is enough. We want Ken, and Ken must go. He did not want to go. Why didn't he want to go? At a point when his own people felt that, look, you are hurting us, you are hurting the government at that time, you are hurting Ghanaians, we want you to go. He said no, he would not go.
None of us has come publicly to say Ken will not come to be heard. Nobody is saying they are not coming. We have a whole legal structure in our party that is interested in going the legal way, and we are saying if the man is of good health condition, he would come and get all these processes done. Wait, we are not saying the man will not come, but you should be mindful, one, of inciting the public wrongly. You should be mindful that you are guided by a constitution called the 1992 Constitution of Ghana. If you hurriedly start calling this man a criminal, you're already exposing him to be treated, to be handled. And look, we all are Ghanaians, very discerning people, of course. Ken Ofori-Atta, as we all know and have seen, has shown us medical reports which clearly directs to us or to our thinking that he is unwell. Now, even in the prisons, with people who have been tried and convicted, they still get some level of treatment to be able to stay alive, healthy, to continue with the case. Abu Trika, as we can see on the set, and I'm again saying this with a clear position that I am not sure by looking at his physical appearance that he's as sick as Ken Ofori-Atta. So the clear difference here is that they both are people that are being invited to come for investigation, correct? But I am saying for the sick man, we should be able to show the required care and protection for him, if for nothing, to at least live long to stand the trial of the, or to stand the process if there would even be any trial or prosecution.
There were things that worked against us, and I'll be humble enough to say there were things that also we ourselves, by omission or commission, engineered. When President Kufuor said we're going to build a national cathedral, it was a time when we were not in economic difficulties. But by the time the steps progressed and we were actually on the ground, we were in serious debts because we had spent more during COVID time and our productivity was less. But it's like having committed yourself to a course. How to withdraw look awkward. So we were in it. And Phyllis them smartly played the politics, which is fair. That look at how tight things are. But these guys want to build a cathedral. If we knew that COVID will make life so difficult that prices of fuel will go up. It will be difficult to get our money. Our workers will be at home. We can't have the revenues we want. Who would say that this cathedral should wait for some other time? But you are in it. You've dug the ground, and now you are stuck. You don't have money. Human beings by our nature, we remember more of the bad than the good. Millions of parents had their children passing through free SHS. But when you say it, they'll go like, Because the one which makes life difficult will normally overshadow the good. So you have people looking at the prices of, let's say, fuel, looking at the cost of items, inflation and all that. So there were things that worked against us. The NDC looked at some of the things that were happening in the country, some of the biggest challenges like youth unemployment, and coined messages which fit the bill, like the 24-hour economy. And sometimes when you listen to the explanation, you couldn't really get it. But I remember one lady who gave us an equation that solved the problem. That is an equation. It is 133. It's one job, 3 people doing the shift instead of now, then the one, and then there were things that worked against us. And I'll be humble enough to say there were things that also we ourselves, by Omisio Commission, engineered. When President Kufuor said we're going to build a national cathedral, it was a time when we were not in economic difficulties. But by the time the steps progressed and we were actually on the ground, we were in serious debts because we had spent more during COVID time and our productivity was less. But it's like having committed yourself to a course. How to withdraw look awkward. So we were in it. And Felix them smartly played the politics, which is fair. That look at how tight things are. But these guys want to build a cathedral. If we knew that COVID will make life so difficult that prices of fuel will go up, it will be difficult to get our money, our workers will be at home, we can't have the revenues we want, who would say that this cathedral should wait for some other time? But you are in it. You've dug the ground, and now you are stuck. You don't have money. Human beings by our nature, we remember more of the bad than the good. Millions of parents had their children passing through free SHS. But when you say it, they'll go like, Because the one which makes life difficult will normally overshadow the good. So you have people looking at the prices of, let's say, fuel, looking at the cost of items, inflation and all that. So there were things that worked against us. The NDC looked at some of the things that were happening in the country, some of the biggest challenges like youth unemployment, and coined messages which fit the bill, like the 24-hour economy. And sometimes when you listen to the explanation, you couldn't really get it. But I remember one lady who gave us an equation that solved the problem. That is an equation. It is 133. It's one job, 3 people doing the shift instead of now, then the one, and then 3 people, 3 shifts.
But Molo, the biggest and most significant objective that Pevama set for himself was to turn around the economy. Because it was the biggest problem that Ghanaians faced. Indeed, the anger with which they voted against the NPP revolved around economic mismanagement and how people suffered, how millions of Ghanaian households were thrown into hardships and suffering and escalating cost of living. It tells you that the people of Ghana are watching. And for many years, they had given the NPP a long rope to operate. They had observed them. They renewed their mandate in 2020, albeit by a smaller margin compared to how they won in 2016. So from right then, the signs were very clear, that the people of Ghana were unhappy about the way things had gone, except that they wanted to give them the benefit of the doubts and hope that an extension of the mandate will provide scope for correction of some of the mistakes and the righting of some of the wrongs and the implementation of policies that were sound, that would sit well with them. But it does appear that things actually deteriorated in the 4 years that the people of Ghana thought they could do better. And so they were left with no option than to boot them out in 2024. So having been the direct beneficiaries of that action by the people of Ghana, we do not need a soothsayer to tell us what our fate will be if we fail to perform to the expectations of the people of Ghana.
America has a system of bringing criminals to book. They can put people on a plane, go to another country and arrest people who have purported stuff against the American people and take them back to their country. We are here, we can't even bring criminals. Law court have already court to say American. How far? Yes, my boy Juma, you were part of even the cyber crime arrest here. When are Ghana's criminals coming home to go and serve jail terms at Ensawam? When are they coming? Isn't it an indictment to the sovereignty of this nation that other nationals can come here and see criminals operating in our system and our people can see it? Our people can see. Like this boy took almost $8 million, and I told the day, I said, you know, and romance, they told that the one of the edges came from Kokura and Ramon Kokura and Ramon at the America House. War Kokura, 1 year, Jumenya Sika, Ekakrano, Opa Baba Wawa run. Now the 1 million. Omobechi. The Bible made a submission in Proverbs. No, it is Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 13. Put it that King James. It is better to be poor and a wise child than to be a foolish king who will no more be admonished. You turn it into my language. Yeah. The Bible says Feninam Abranti when he Niansafo a chain akokura okewe as akokura kwasia and kokurani you woman Nyansafo and kokurani ya won kwasia fu ya won kokuran kwasia fu san kokurano na atodai amalegon girls cars amalegon girls UCC girls Central University girls san kok and kokuran kwasia fu are here.
Let's take it one of the can make that one more serious can and also yet on some show phones and can't as for that one there right now as you
I saw Puja now at the hotel. No. What are any business? Oh, sometimes, yeah. But I want to know young man. So now you get almost one away.
This is not the first my explaining this kind of doctrine. I agree. I am the one asking you a question. I'm the one asking you the question. You need your catcher. So I'm asking you. I'm introducing you. Okay, so you're from Chumbarama. I'm lawyer Chumbarama. I'm the deputy director for Narcotics Control Commission. Okay. So now my question is, dear, away. Your lawyer should answer the question for the work that you are doing. Your lawyer cannot answer that question for you. You have already mentioned your name. No, I said, I've already done this thing. Ask my. We are putting you under arrest and we are asking you a question. Said you man away. What's it? You want your lawyer to come and tell me what job you are doing? I'm a lawyer myself. Your lawyer cannot answer that question for you. It's not the duty of your lawyer to tell us what job you do. No. Even if it's in the interrogation room. Young man. Or lawyer's interrogation room can't interrupt and can't say, or no matter what. It's not done anyway. Very good. The last time I was senior with my dad in the office, I am just asking you a simple question. We see the man now.
It's only a point sending that transaction.
Transaction once.
And you will be a man by now.
I am not asking you about transactions. Hello, listen to me. Listen, about transactions. I just had a simple question.
Me phobia in your big transaction. Yes,
why are you talking about transactions?
I'm asking transactions.
I'm asking transactions.
He's also saying, according to the.
Can you just listen? Hold on. Did you hear me asking questions about transactions?
No, you said what work.
Do you do? Yes. Simple.
Okay. And you so
me without transactions. When you be at transactions, I mean, just answer the question I'm asking. What work do you do? Me a policeman, my brother a policeman, my cover my mayor. I'll be position in the so dear man, it's a simple matter. Me can't transaction. Why another one?
Let me put it in a dozen.
I endorse.
As in now.
Let's take it one of the car. Now we have to one more serious car. And also your phones on show phones. And also your as for that one, the right now as you
I saw Puzari now in the
business. Sometimes,
so now you get public.
This is not the first my explaining this kind of I am the one asking you a question. I'm the one asking you the question. So I'm asking you. I'm introducing you. Okay, so you're from Chumbarama. I'm lawyer Chumbarama. I'm the deputy director for Narcotics Control Commission. Okay. So now my question is, dear man away. Your lawyer should answer the question for the work that you are doing. Your lawyer cannot answer that question for you.
You have already mentioned your name.
No, I said, I've already done this thing. That's mine.
We are putting you under arrest and we are asking you a question. Said the man away. What's it? You want to come and tell me what job you are doing? I'm a lawyer myself. Your lawyer cannot answer that question for you. It's not the duty of your life to tell us what job you do. No. Even if it's in the interrogation room. Young man. Or lawyer at interrogation room can't interact and can't interest or no matter what way. It's not done anyway. Very good.
The last time I was senior with my dad in the office, I was saying, maybe see some transaction.
I am just asking you a simple question. We see the man now.
It's only a point sending that transaction.
Transaction once.
And you will be a man by now.
I am not asking you about transactions. Hello, listen to me. Listen, about transactions. I just had a simple question.
Me phobia in your big transaction. Yes,
why are you talking about transactions?
I'm asking
transactions. I'm asking transactions.
He's also saying, according to the.
Can you just listen? Hold on. Did you hear me asking questions about transactions?
No, you said what work
do you do? Yes, simple.
Okay. And you so
me without transactions. When you be at transactions, I mean, just answer the question I'm asking. What work do you do? Me a policeman, my brother a policeman, my cover my mayor. I'll be position in the so dear man away. It's a simple matter. Me can't transaction. Why another one?
Let me put it in a dozen.
We endorse.
As in now.
Yo, Nazo Tarunga. Sugar, Sofon Sugar Bankasa, John Mahama, Yagora Kamanshi Malumani, Koba Hakaba. Abinda ya sorani iyituba, Koba Hakaba. Abinda ya sorani iyituba, Koba Hakaba. Se muduka mun yi fatiya mubasi se iyituba na, ba Hakaba. Malam John. Atakbir! Atakbir! Atakbir!
Yes. Good morning, Excellency.
Good morning, General.
The political situation in Pandai right now, the Electoral Commission has set up a date for the rerun of the election. What do you make of it?
Well, thank you very much. To say the least, very, very disappointed in what is going on in our country. It looks like our institutions of democracy and our tenets of democracy are being undermined. The issue of Pandai with Matthew Nyindam is not a new issue in our democratic politics. You've had issues with Dana Bodakpi, you've had issues with Techi Kweston, in Asin, and basically you've had the House allow the court and the legal processes to take place and be exhausted before state institutions are stampeded into acting in ways that undermine democracy. Matthew Nyindam should be given his day in court. He has filed appeal processes at the High Court. He has filed for a judicial review at the Supreme Court. And none of those cases has been adjudicated. So why the rush? Why the indecent haste? I think that he's being railroaded. I think that this undermines our institutions of democracy. I think that we should take a halt to these processes and allow him to have his day in court, just as others have done in the past. The House has never really rushed in this way when it came to the other cases. What is the difference with the case of Matthew Nyindam? I think it should not be this case. I think we should uphold the tenets of democracy. Democracy is something precious that we've all had and we've all subscribed to. When you start undermining its pillars, you break it down. And the consequences for the nation are very severe. And so simply because you have power, you shouldn't feel that you can ride roughshod over your opponents and over the principles of democracy. And so I stand with the principles that are being espoused by the minority in Parliament, and they are doing a good job at it, and we want to support all the principles that they are fighting over in this particular case. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes. Good morning, Excellency.
Good morning, General.
The political situation in Pandai right now, the Electoral Commission has set up a date for the rerun of the election. What do you make of it?
Well, thank you very much. To say the least, very, very disappointed in what is going on in our country. It looks like our institutions of democracy and our tenets of democracy are being undermined. The issue of Pandai with Matthew Nyindam is not a new issue in our democratic politics. You've had issues with Dana Bodakpi, you've had issues with Techi Kweston, in Asin, and basically you've had the House allow the court and the legal processes to take place and be exhausted before state institutions are stampeded into acting in ways that undermine democracy. Matthew Nyindam should be given his day in court. He has filed appeal processes at the High Court. He has filed for a judicial review at the Supreme Court. And none of those cases has been adjudicated. So why the rush? Why the indecent haste? I think that he's being railroaded. I think that this undermines our institutions of democracy. I think that we should take a halt to these processes and allow him to have his day in court, just as others have done in the past. The House has never really rushed in this way when it came to the other cases. What is the difference with the case of Matthew Nyindam? I think it should not be this case. I think we should uphold the tenets of democracy. Democracy is something precious that we've all had and we've all subscribed to. When you start undermining its pillars, you break it down. And the consequences for the nation are very severe. And so simply because you have power, you shouldn't feel that you can ride roughshod over your opponents and over the principles of democracy. And so I stand with the principles that are being espoused by the minority in Parliament, and they're doing a good job at it, and we want to support all the principles that they are fighting over in this particular case. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We defer any action until the appellate process is conclusively complete, respecting the precedent set across decades. And number 3, we need to recognize that this premature notification violates the separation of powers, disrespects the judiciary, unjustly disenfranchises the people of Pandai, and betrays Parliament's own tradition of constitutional caution. And finally, number 4, need to withdraw the notice of the Electoral Commission to the Electoral Commission immediately. This is not a partisan plea. It is a call for basic constitutional fidelity and historical consistency. In conclusion, I stand here for the rule of law and for the sanctity of our parliamentary traditions. The notification on Pandai is historical aberration. It is a violation of the separation of powers. It is a usurpation of appellate jurisdiction, a disenfranchisement of Pandai voters, a denial of Honorable Matthew Yindam's rights, and a gross departure from our own settled practices. Accordingly, I submit that this House is constitutionally, legally, democratically, and procedurally bound to withdraw the premature notice issued to the Electoral Commission.
Office of the Special Prosecutor has abused its powers in this matter. And I will not hesitate to say that this House, we created the office. And the Office of the Special Prosecutor, if it continues to abuse its powers, then we may have to abrogate it.
When it happens to somebody and he's complaining about it, you see absolutely nothing wrong with it. When it happens to you, now you complain. So, Mr. Speaker, if he wants to invite the special prosecutor to come and answer why his friend, and today he's complaining because it is his friend.
Cannot continue to allocate that huge sums to the same office when we are not getting the results. This is one of the agencies we should be looking at.
Mr. Speaker, the office has been in existence for how many years now? Close to 8 years. Tell me what is really the achievement of that office. I believe that it is high time that this Parliament reconsiders its decision to approve the establishment of the Office of Special Prosecutor. I think that we should abolish it.
The political party that opposed the establishment of the office, the member of that political party who opposed it in the 8th Parliament, today majority leader of government business, in the wisdom of the Ghanaian people, they have given them a super majority.
No, Hiba, the area where Mukwane say, Ubeso TV, and now Beso WhatsApp, Nuko, Ubate, every day, Name Yawu. Don't Mahama, every day, Buanipa, now what Buanipa. Don't Mahama, I need us, I need everything, Nipa, I need us. Ready?
What is the TV that's
no, Hiba, the area where Mukwane say, Ubeso TV, and now Beso WhatsApp, Nuko, Ubate, every day, Name Yawu. Don't Mahama.
Government is broke, But people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
All right, so assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you very much, and thank you very much for joining the show. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Today is Tuesday, the 16th of December 2025. It's a beautiful day, and I want to say a big thanks to the Almighty God for keeping us alive and kicking, or for being alive and kicking, and returning here by His rare privilege to join the nation's conversation on the big issues that are making the rounds in our dear country, Ghana. My name is Aldo Moro, and I'll kickstart the show with, as usual, the front pages of the newspapers, or what I call the banner headlines. Daily Graphic is what I will start with traditionally. The Daily Graphic this one is reporting that the Methodist presiding bishop condemns dirty December, warns against associating Christmas with events excesses. Mobile Money Limited marks 16th anniversary, and the Zenith Bank Ghana emerges Bank of the Year once more, and the Supreme Court clarifies marital property, affirms separate economic life in marriage, lawyer. The Ghanaian Times says that buy animal product from approved sources. Chief Vet Officer cautions public amidst Xmas festivities. 5 arrested in connection with Adelekezu shooting incident. ECOWAS backs President Mahama for AU chair, and there's lithium agreement. Lands Minister holds crunch meeting with CSOs. KGL says benchmark for corporate social responsibility. Daily Guide. The Church of Jesus Christ brings festive relief to over 2,500 people. Nurses, midwives threaten strike over 11 months salary arrears. Bees kill NDC man in Bandai. 2 arrested for robbery, murder in Kumasi. Court finds Etiwa East DCE 12,000 cedis for contempt. The Insight. State of Palestine strengthens ties with Ghana as Palestinian Foreign Minister salutes Osajifo Dr. Nkrumah. NPA hosts its Chief Executive or CSO's breakfast meeting ahead of Ghana International Petroleum Conference 2026. Colombian Vice President leads business delegation to GPHA to explore investment opportunities. Only top national security officials will know the purpose of 49 million cedis in Edubuahene case, says prosecution witness Edith Ruby Edumwa. KGL's resilience and impact in 2025, a remarkable benchmark for corporate Ghana. Building communities, not just houses. Kofi Anokye shares vision for Ghana's real estate future. Russian help to ensure Africa's food sovereignty. The Daily Post. Mahama installed as Atayeto Odua by Oni of Life. 10 staff of UDS, GCTU, and Amusted arrested in connection with ghost names on NSA payroll. NPA hosts CEO's breakfast meeting ahead of Ghana International Petroleum Conference. That's the GIPCON 2026. The New Republic. Adwoa vs. Kent, Love Lies and the Battle for NPP Soul. More Game Boys on the hot seat. And there's also deadly mining clash at Nzema East, 13-year-old killed. Central Region's Anti-Galamsey Task Force reclaims 10 hectares, but who is watching the watchers? Mahama rules in Nigeria. There's West Africa drowns in 30% of EU cocaine, and that's on the front page of today's New Republic. Now, the B&FT says that CWG charts Zero Trust Path 4 to reinforce cybersecurity defenses. Azuma Resources starts Blackwater Gold Mine development, signs $37 million in processing plant deal. Mass Exodus heads veterinary services. There's Absa Bank partners Visa to launch Absa Pay, a first of its kind tap-to-pay wallet. That's and then the Zenith Bank lights up Airport Enclave at Zenith Heights for Christmas. Josh Spawn Group builds a landmark Pentecost Church for community. And that's it for the front pages of the papers that we have today. My name is Audo Moro. Thanks for tuning in to Good Morning Ghana. We appreciate you. Now let's check out our guest for today. So here we go. Sylvester Mensah Sorry, Sylvester Tete, yes, is a former MP for the Botiano English Amanfrom. He's also a former Deputy Information Minister. And then there's Honorable Abdul Aziz Mohammed. He is a former MP for the Miang constituency, representing the NDC. He's also a former Deputy Administrator for GEFEC. Promises to be interesting, doesn't it? So, what are some of the issues we're looking at today? So the Pandai seat is back on the front burner. We're told that a swarm of bees have actually stung or struck somebody and has killed the person. Actually, this was during an NDC campaign event. So we'll find exactly what happened. And there's also Parliament is in turmoil still. Former Vice President Mahmoud Bame is accusing Parliament of being undemocratic in the way it's gone about the issues about the Bandai seat as well. So all these and more coming up. Please don't go anywhere. Stay with us. I promise it's a very interesting conversation as always. This is Good Morning Ghana.
Sometimes the unexpected happens and the hero falls down in his own story. But he needs not stay down for long. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance is your trusted health partner. Whether an individual building a business, with Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern. For the best health insurance solutions for corporate institutions, groups and associations, families and individuals, choose Cosmopolitan Health Insurance from our over 700 accredited health service providers nationwide. Call us on 0302 540 668 or 0501 678 547 for all your health insurance solutions. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern.
I'm a branch manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and vision of each print project. Precision printing is at the heart of our printing process as we meet your tight deadlines. Our rigorous inspection, color verification, and overall printing excellence are assured. 20 years of printing excellence. It's always a pleasure working with you to create a vibrant, dazzling printing experience that gives you a masterpiece. Appointed Time Printing, your world of quality and affordable printing.
Brush, 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 brush your teeth. Brush, 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 2 times a day. Brush with Kel-Kit.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kel-Kit Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky chicky whiter, chicky chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kel-Kit, happy smile.
In a world where security is paramount,
Peace of mind should be a necessity and not a luxury. This is why Virtual Security Africa has created a special discount package
up to 30% on our 4 and 8 channel high definition cameras.
We are more affordable now than ever.
With as low as 4,130 Ghana cedis,
you can get 4 high definition cameras, 3 terabyte hard drive, cables, and a digital video recorder.
With 6,440 Ghana cedis, you will get 8 high-definition cameras, 3 terabyte hard drive, cables, and a digital video recorder.
Why choose us? Because we offer top-tier quality you can trust, lifetime after-sale support, 2 years warranty, and you can view our systems remotely. Sidinua Peke. Spend less, secure more. Call us on 055 874-0764 and 050-331-4068. Virtual Security Africa. We will beat the advertised price of any security product of comparable quality.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
The second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa dear. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late, of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. Yeah, you go be the luckiest. Copy from Georgia be luckiest. From Latveria, cause she be luckiest. Me and you go be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Ha! Even now, your shadow the way designer.
I use my own mouth to reject him. Oh, this is my mouth. Look at that.
Kwame, my son. Now, tell me the truth. How did this all happen?
Oh, mommy, a simple deletion. Mr. Goodluck no chemi way.
Yeah,
man.
Easy car. Or dial star 712 hash.
The devil is a liar.
He picked his ticket and entered his lucky 5-digit number.
I'm his birthday.
Oh, how romantic.
And he followed the prompts. Yes. And then boom. Confirmation test.
One quick, pick 5 numbers for me, okay? I'm feeling like 7.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the
You see how they love you now?
Yo, baby, our family came before December, may release a motivational album. Tatapa, my super.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
The festive season is here again, and your most preferred estate partner is giving you 25% discount on land sale. Yes, for our Bronya Asase promo, Estate Masters is offering this massive discount for outright purchases. This includes free indenture, free site plan, and a free site visit. So what are you waiting for? Rush now and secure a plot of land while it is still hot. Reach out to us using the numbers below or visit our website at www.estatemastersgh.com. Estate Masters, your most preferred estate partner.
At the heart of Amasaman, along the Akran-Sawam Road, something fresh is growing. At Pop Farms, we raise 100% organic broilers, naturally fed, humanly raised, and processed with the highest hygiene standards. Whether you're feeding a family at home, serving dinners in your restaurant, stocking your supermarket, or running a busy chore bar, Pop Farms delivers freshly frozen, premium quality chicken straight from our farm to your table. Fast, reliable doorstep delivery, fair prices, grown with care right here in Ghana. Clean, healthy, local, organic. That's the Pap Farms promise. Call us today on 024-777-3668. 0244-626-700. Or email sales@papfarmsgh.com. Pap Farms, raising the standard of poultry in Ghana.
Pap Farms chicken, naturally raised, honestly delivered.
It's happening this December. It's the biggest, the largest, the Boshills Jollof Party Festival. It is the Metro Jollof Festival happening on Saturday, 20th December 2025 at the forecourt of Metro TV. It is an all-day event with opportunity for exhibitors to sell this bronya. Come join us. Let's cook jollof. Buy and sell on Saturday, 20th of December 2025. To exhibit, call 0243 272 753 or 055 282 0211.
Bonjour, c'est ABC from Sénégal. Je représenterai le Sénégal au festival Jollof Festival qui sera le 20 décembre 2025 au Metro TV. Donc j'invite tous les francophones, tous les Sénégalais, tous les francophones de venir manger. I will be at the Ghana Jollof Festival, who will be at 20th December. So I'm inviting all the francophones, all the Senegalese to come and eat and enjoy Ghana food as well as Senegal dishes.
All right, so welcome back. No, sorry, I shouldn't even say welcome back. Let me just say you're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. This show is also live on 94.1 FM, and my guests, as I earlier advertised, are already seated, and the conversation would start in the earnest. And I mentioned that both of them are former MPs. And one is now in charge of an institution as we speak, and the other is, he tells me he's in opposition, so he's thinking about himself. He's doing other things, very private stuff. You know, I'm talking about Sylvester Tetteh. Sylvester Tetteh is a former MP for Botiano English Amanfrom, and also a former Deputy Information Minister. Good morning, Sylvester. Good to see you.
Good to see you, brother.
And how are you?
I'm doing well.
How's the family? How's the constituency?
Fine. Everybody's fine.
They still call, eh?
Of course, I mean, I still live amongst them.
I know.
So obviously, they need ritual.
There are some who are died in the wool loyal supporters of you. I mean, they don't even want to talk to anybody. If it's not you, they don't want help from anywhere.
These days, you'll be there, and I know people who are genuine about their support for me.
Right.
And they tell me everything that happens in the constituency. I've made a decision. I'm focused on so many other things, including my ambition to become General Secretary.
Okay,
great. So for me, they tell you everything. And some come to ask you, who should we vote for in the presidential elections? I say, look, go and make your own decision.
Yeah.
Because you tell somebody, do this, the next day MP says we should. People still call you MP, even though I try to tell them I'm a former MP. So it's part of life.
The honorable title is still there.
It's still there. There are people who will still be with you till eternity. and that is politics. We have people that we still look up to, whether they are in power or otherwise. We still revere them as a matter of fact. So for me, it's a call to duty and service. We continue to serve our party, and to that extent, we will always be in service of our party and our constituents. Look, this Christmas, there are people I cannot celebrate Christmas without them.
Hey.
It's normal. There are people who are not even active political activists in the constituency, as it were. They've supported you, they've prayed with you, they've stand with you. So for me, I try to explain to people the mantle has been shifted. Let's support whoever is in charge to develop. All that we are seeking is the development of the constituency. So for me, politics is not a life and death matter, but you must always know what you are there for. And
absolutely.
Once somebody takes up a huge responsibility off your shoulders, you take a backstage, reflect, and rebuild your life. I mean, if you want to go back, it's up to you. But I've made it clear in this time and age, I want to be in service of my party, and that is what I'm doing.
Let me also introduce a man who was hugely successful as MP for the Myang constituency. And I'd like to use this opportunity to apologize to those of you who may have received the flyers that we sent out yesterday. Now, you noted on the flyer, we said he's the MP for Myang, and we know what that implies. I mean, the implications for that, because there's a sitting member of parliament for Myang. He's no more. He's a former MP, yes. He was given the opportunity, he did his best, and it is not gainsaying that some persons would have missed him. And perhaps would want him to stand again, but whether he wants to do it again, I don't know. I don't speak for him, but let me just apologize for this, because we produced it and then we circulated it, and so some of you have had to call us to say that he's no more the sitting MP. It's just it's an error on our part, and we take full responsibility for that. It has nothing to do with anybody. It's just an error on our part, but we're correcting it. We're rectifying that, and so we'll put it up shortly again. But he's also my neighbor. Yes. He can't be my tenant because I don't have a property, but he's my neighbor. Yes. Honorable, good to see you, sir.
Good to see you, too, my brother.
I hope you're doing very well.
I'm well, and it's good you've done the correction.
Yeah.
I mean, Sly will tell you some of the implications. You know, as a former MP, you are still being eyed as somebody who wants to come back, even though you've made your position very clear. Even sometimes, like you said, there are some constituents who have become part of you. They have become like a family. Yeah. And sometimes they are treated in a way, a manner that you are not too happy about, simply because somebody thinks that Aziz wants to come back to the seat. And I've made that very, very clear that the MP he came around to my office, and I said, look, you have my support, and don't watch over your shoulders to see whether I'm just around. I mean, I have the assurance that I wouldn't give you no trouble. I will support you to hold the constituency together. Of course, I don't know, but sometimes we still see that tendency of mistrust and how they handle. So when you see such a flyer, say the MP for me, we told you. So it's good.
The conspiracy theorist.
Exactly, it's good. I brought it to your attention. When the flyer came, I actually didn't pay attention to it, and I just posted it. And somebody called me and said, "Look, they are indicating that you are the sitting MP." I don't think that is fair. That would be I would be undermining the sitting MP, and I would be fueling some speculation if I didn't correct that. So thank you for that correction.
Please accept our utmost.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. I mean, it is human. It is an error. It's good that you've corrected it. The sitting MP is Honorable Misbah. I think that so far for 1 year he's been able to do his best. And for me, as a former MP, to the extent that we are from the same stock as in party, I have every duty to support him to succeed, so that we can be able to retain the seat for a very long time. And that I will do with utmost good faith.
All right. So Ms. Bao, Assalamu alaikum once again. We salute you, sir. This one, dear Bior, I beg you, forgive us. Forgive us. Okay. All right. So, Honorable Aziz, I mean, the last time I checked, you were supposed to be the deputy administrator for GIFEC.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
But what is it that we're hearing that you have been giving a different, portfolio to handle? And what is this new portfolio? What's the rationale behind that change?
I'm sure myself and you, we haven't met in a long time. I haven't been to your studios for some months now.
Yeah.
Yes, it is true that I was at GIFEC as a deputy administrator. Thankfully, somewhere at the beginning of this month, I had to assume a new role at Ghana India Kofi Annan Center of Excellence in ICT.
Okay.
His Excellency the President reassigned me to the center as the Deputy DG with the primary task of overseeing the implementation of the 1 million codes program that we announced prior to the elections. And so my job there is carved out for me to see to the successful implementation of the 1 million codes and then supporting the DG in the general mandate of the center. And so that is where I am now. And I wish to use this platform to thank His Excellency President Mahama for that opportunity, for him to find me worthy of championing such a very bold initiative of his government. I'm sure it is a vote of confidence. It is something that I have every right to be happy about. And I will do everything humanly possible that I can to be able to realize the dream of training 1 million young Ghanaians, not just in coding, but also in emerging technologies such as AI, data analytics, and other digital skills. Tomorrow, if you have observed, it's not just a political pledge that we made. Even artisans, masons, carpenters, those who do the, we call it POP, tiling. People now import them from neighboring countries. I mean, very hand-skilled jobs. We now import them into this country. The last time I was speaking to a lady, she was telling me, a lady from Medina, she was telling me that today we import even adime, ayoyo from Togo. And so, if we don't take time, we are going to import almost everything, including soft skills, like digital skills. Trust me, the world will not be the same in the next 5 to 10 years to come. Whether we like it or not, technology has taken a center stage in our lives. And we must prepare the young ones of today to be able to meet the demands of the future. And so it is a bold initiative of President Mahama. We are lacking behind time. This year, for instance, we were supposed to train about 100,000 young Ghanaians. That we were not able to do largely because the center was working on the infrastructure. I am just about 2 weeks old at the center. We are working very hard to see how we can close the gap and then give a good account of ourselves by the end of the tenure of President Mahama. Today and tomorrow, for instance, I'll be in Cape Coast University and University of Education, Winneba, to engage with the vice chancellors and their IT faculty members on how we can collaborate and use their infrastructure of those institutions to deploy our training. And so we are working, and we'll do our best to deliver not just for President Mahama, but for the young people of this country.
Mm-hmm. I mean, how is this 1 million codes program going to be funded?
So largely it will be funded by central government, GOG, Government of Ghana.
Right.
But I also see the potential of tapping into private funding. For instance, out of the 1 million that a government has promised to do, some multinationals have pledged to support. For instance, Huawei, Google, MTN, and Telecel have each pledged to train 100,000 young Ghanaians. So that sums up to about 400,000 young Ghanaians. And so a government today has the responsibility to train some 600,000 Ghanaians to make up the 1 million. All these institutions have a pledge to start training come next year. Google, for instance, would have a meeting with them, I think, somewhere Thursday or so. They intend to roll out their training program somewhere in first quarter. And so we'll have an implementation plan since I went there for the past 2 weeks. They were actually working on their concept paper, which we have been able to finalize. We are going around inspecting the infrastructure on the ground. We are going to partner with a lot of institutions. For instance, like I said earlier, some 4 public universities have pledged to make their facilities available to us for training. Last week, we were in University of Ghana. We went to visit their Tema campus and main campus as in Legon. And they have a very solid infrastructure that would be able to support the training, because we are thinking that the Tema Center of Learning of UG can be used to deal with the Eastern Accra. We are also putting up what we call the RIC, a Regional Innovation Center in Ningo. That will be dealing with the eastern part of Accra. Then University of Ghana campus would be dealing with the central Accra, together with Accra Digital Center. We are now looking at how to deal with the western Accra. Okay. And in almost all the regions, we'll have at least 2 training facilities, and then we'll then zero into the constituencies. We are partnering with my former institution, GIFEC, because GIFEC has about 281 CICs. We call them Community Information Centers. We want to rely on those centers to deploy training to the constituencies. But like I said, we would want to start from the big institutions and then zero down to the constituencies. By the end of next year, we should have some national visibility. So that is what we are doing now. I'm sure before we go on Christmas break, we would have finished our rollout and expansion plan. We would have finished with what is required in terms of logistics. We would have also visited and done away with e-assessment of all the centers that will be used to support. Government has already procured the laptops that is required to support the training. I appreciate that, yes, we are lacking behind. We should have done 100,000 for this year, but trust me, we would give a good account of ourselves by the end of the tenure of President Mahama. A very noble intervention is part of the legacy initiatives of President Mahama. That can you imagine, even if we were to train and deploy some 500,000 young Ghanaians, to work, to earn decent income. You recall that just some few days ago, the Cybersecurity Authority, in conjunction with National Security Outfit, arrested some guys who were involved in cyber fraud. Would want to rechannel their skills and their talents into productive and legitimate income. And so that's what the initiative is all about.
Okay. That's interesting. So congratulations.
Thank you.
I think the congratulations are
and we'll count on all of you.
Right.
We have we are planning a very robust communication strategy to revitalize the interest and the enthusiasm that greeted the initiative after the launch by His Excellency the President.
Okay.
There has been some inactivity of a sort. When President Mahama launched the initiative, a few hours after that, we should have seen the applications that came through. We want to reignite that enthusiasm and interest. And so we would collaborate with you. We would rely on both the traditional and the emerging media to be able to draw traffic in terms of applications. And so Ignite Media, you should be expecting us, will come for us to have a conversation on how to re-engage the young people of this country to come on board the training. And it's not just for those who are unemployed.
Okay.
Even those who are working.
Okay.
Like I said, the working environment will not be the same in the next 5 to 10 years to come.
Right.
A lot of things will change. Today, myself and you will hear about AI and what AI can do and what it cannot do. And so we have to sharpen our digital skills, even for those who are working, and also take advantage of multinationals who want to outsource their something like clerical duties to this part of the world because of the low labor cost. So young people can sit in their rooms and with just a small machine like a laptop can be working for a multinational abroad and earn a decent income instead of engaging in irregular or engaging
or
in
romance scam.
romance scam or some cyber fraud of a sort.
Yes.
So we want to redirect the energies of our young people from these negative actions to what will become productive, not just to them, but also to the state.
Okay.
That is what President Mahama would want to leave behind as a legacy. And we also want to create some bipartisan approach to it. And so we are going to deal with the members of parliament, both from the NPP and the NDC side. I don't even mind. It's part of what we are looking at to see if we can get some endorsement of a sort, even from the political opposition. Because it's not just about the NDC, it's about the young people of this country. I remember when we met the chief of staff some time back at the Jubilee House.
Okay.
One statement that he made that I still carry along is that, look, CEOs and deputy CEOs, go back and make use of the best human resource available to you. He didn't say go and make use of party A or party B human resource. He said go and make use of the best human resource available at your disposal to achieve your mandate. And so there will be a national approach to it, little or no partisanship. After all, it doesn't matter whether you are NDC or NPP. Once we are a young person in this country, you deserve a legitimate income, a decent income, and that you can only do when you have the skills that can earn you that. So, Sly, if God wills and you become General Secretary of the NPP, I don't know when you have your elections. I wish you well, but would engage at that level. I don't want us to have that partisan approach just because it is from President Mahama and the NDC. Okay. It's an opportunity for young people of this country.
In line with the research agenda.
And so we engage even with the political opposition to see how.
So let me once again say big congrats. I think the congratulations are in order. I don't doubt, the slightest, just to the slightest degree, your competencies at all. I think that you do well.
Thank you, Aldo.
And we can only pray and wish you well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anyway, so I guess that we'll move on to our more substantive.
Or maybe
you want to?
Oh no, but for me, for the fact that it's been a former member of parliament, I have no doubt about his competence to support his boss. Was the Deputy Director General.
Yes.
And I'm particular when it comes to issues of IT and ICT development in our ecosystem. I've been a Vice Chairman for Communications Committee for 4 years in Parliament. And I've traveled, worked with the current Minister of Communications, who is my brother.
Yes.
He's not here, he's a brother to me. I remember in 2020, early 2024, we were in Mauritius together. Let me say, to be honest with you, I think that these 1 million coders and the hasty launch of the project, and as you are saying, is needless. I think he didn't take his time, the minister, the president, because all the things you've said here now, you are now going to do site inspection and trying to look at logistical constraints. Why the rush for the launch? It was needless. I mean, I'm not saying this because I am NPP. I'm saying this because I have some institutional memory and some expertise in these areas. And that's why I'm saying that it was needless. 1 million coders. I'm not sure the ministry itself has a paper on it.
There is.
I'm not sure.
There is.
If there is, we would like to see the paper.
There is.
They must make the paper available for all of us to see.
I'll share with you on your phone right now.
I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Number two.
I have it on my phone.
Number two.
Yeah.
There's no clear exit plan for these people who are going to be trained. We don't know. 1 million coders, and both formal and informal sector. It's a waste of our resources. You know why? I'm coming there. Please, Honorable, you take it easy. The point is that we have literacy rate in this country over 70%. And trust me, you are talking of BPOs and other international organizations sourcing some part of their work to other countries. It happens most in Mauritius. It's trained to fit the expectation of the job market. So this kind of training we are doing as it were. You've promised to train 1 million coders within 4 years. So average of 250,000 a year. 1 year had already gone. You've not trained even 100,000. The initial subscription and the people who are supposed to be trained, I'm not sure is up to 100,000. Even if it's up to 100,000, it falls short of the first year target that you want to do. You are now going around to look for where to train them and all that. But the most important question is, what is the exit plan?
Okay.
The type of training and what is the market for it? Because look, over the last 10 years or 15 years, we have a lot of IT professionals. I was in Mauritius with the minister, and as part of our work, we met a lot of companies. They are telling us Ghana has one of the highest IT professionals in this country. I'm being honest with you. We need to build infrastructure for the already trained IT professionals in this country to get jobs. I'm being honest with you. Go to all the universities. There are computer science departments in all these universities. They've been trained professionals. We keep talking about cyber cities to be built. There's a plan to build one at Dawa, the ICT center. I thought that we should build infrastructure for those who have been already trained. I don't know the duration of this training. Now, when you go to our second senior high schools, they are teaching ICT. The infrastructure must be more, even to bring it down to a junior secondary school level. Like we talk of GIFEC and all that. They should be able, or they go around and check the GIFEC learning centers across the country. Go and see whether it's being put to use or otherwise. So for me, I think that the infrastructure we are seeking, now you are going to the traditional universities who has ICT labs to help in training these people, both formal and informal. They are already training a lot of ICT professionals, and they've trained more in this country. So the question is, what are we doing to get full benefit of these professionals that have been trained over the last 15 years in this country? We have a lot of professionals.
Right.
So for me, if you're going to do short training in coding, as the name sounds, now he's elaborating that they will do some other training in other areas, AI, but is there exit plan? Okay. That's why I'm saying I'm very careful to speak because I've not seen the paper on this one. That's what I'm saying. When it was launched, there was no paper at the point of launch. Okay. There wasn't. If there was, they would have known all these things that they're now doing 1 year into the launch. Okay. I feel that he has a lot on his hands to do to prove now. Okay. Because he's now touring, he mentioned a logistical requirement. Okay. You didn't know that, you are now doing it. The centers of excellence. So please, I'm coming. My brother, you take it. You are in charge. Right. What I've seen is what I'm telling you. And these are legitimate concerns. Because we've done politics with so many things in this country. Oh, let people apply to be trained. They will come in their numbers. In some instances, they will come and take daily allowance. They train them for 1 month, for 2 months. They give them certificate and they finish. What is the exit plan? What is the market demand? And I'm saying that we should be looking at professionals that we have trained from our universities over the last 15 years and create an infrastructure that will enable them to work. Okay. So a place like Accra Digital Center, the plan was to have scaled it up to at least all the regional capitals to be an incubation center for our professionals to take advantage. So if we are spending so much money today, we don't know the cost as it were. Maybe if I share the paper with me, I'll be able to determine and see the real cost of training and do the cost-benefit analysis as to whether or not it's going to be impactful to our economy. Because where I sit, I believe that ICT education is important. That is why you go to secondary schools today. They are teaching ICT. It is very good. We should even bring it to junior secondary schools. So by the time they complete senior secondary school, these basic coding programs, it's already known. So we can invest the money in that direction so you can have a wider coverage. So if you build ICT infrastructure in all second cycle institutions and even junior secondary schools in this country, you may not need to be doing 1 million coders program as we are. By the time they are done with senior secondary school, they will be imbibed with the knowledge of coding, basic coding principles. And of course, those who want to scale it up to be IT professionals, as we've trained them in many years, 15 years plus, I tell you, if you ask for IT professionals in various disciplines to bring their CVs here, their room will be full up. but the country, the infrastructure, to be able to put them and then source multinational jobs for them. I think that's the direction we should be looking. That people can work from the comfort of their homes today and make the millions of monies we are looking for. But the temporary training of coding cannot guarantee the jobs we are looking for. So we want to see the exit plan. It's important. When we see the exit plan, we see the content of the training, and we match it with our training capacity over the last 15 years and see whether or not we lack the professionals. That's why we are going to do ABCD. Okay. Then, so I'll be happy to share.
I'll bring you. We need to take a break. Sorry.
Okay,
we need to take a break.
That's fine.
You're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Please stay with us. Don't go anywhere.
Start your Kids Day the right way, filled with confidence to take on any challenge. Pepsodent Kids contains the right amount of fluoride and sugar acid protection to care for their developing gums and teeth. Grab either orange or strawberry so they brush with the sweet flavor they love morning and evening. Pepsodent Kids, giving your children a bright smile for a brighter future.
Are you a headmaster, headmistress, parent, teacher, or an educator looking for high-quality textbooks for preschool, primary, and junior high school students? Look no further than Advocate Publishing Company. Advocate Publishing Company is a leading publisher of educational materials in Ghana that publishes very engaging, interactive, and comprehensive textbooks that meet the needs of students, teachers, and parents. Our textbooks are thoroughly published to make learning fun and easy. They are also designed to stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in students. Make Advocate Publishing your preferred choice for all your educational needs. Explore our range of textbooks and educational resources. Visit us at the old GNTC yard near Kingsway, Accra. You can contact us on 0503 786 776 or 02408 06354, also 0531 600360, and connect with us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at Advo Publishing. Don't settle for less. Choose the best. Advocate Publishing Company, empowering young minds one textbook at a time. Thinking Publishing, think Advocate Publishing.
Ebusiafo ye mama kwaba eba Children's Palace. Nkwala nyema nyina fie enyi. Yonkwala ntade mani mema nyina ntare nyina wase. Yonkwala shoes, yonkwala duane, yonkwala wipes, yonkwala diapers, yonkwala toys, baby cot. In fact, bibia opama omanyina obenye biwa ase.
Located at East Legon Hills, Nana Chrome KFC. Contact us on 059 6377 172. Children's Palace. Happy children, happy fashion. See you soon. Bye bye.
Yes, next. Hey, Nadia Benson,
me didn't tum. Mr. Freddy Calico, just call me cockroach. Now, Mr. Freddy once now. Hey, is that you? Improve car. Yeah. Captain Mosquito, double the accent. Me did this, Sasso spray. Mr. Freddy Sasso quell. Yeah, go to my Sasso.
tom preko.
Ama, nansi mi jeno wo bin enko ye kwao. Ama ma ye bohu se kontomra akija.
Nansi me hu se me nyo basi makura. Ama me kunu ni me into kwankwa. Oh you right. Enye mo ko. Give us GC mixture and the capsules. Aye num boom. En ho asem na mo kana. E boa emma ene meme nyina. Na ma wo ba ye obesima. Na be ma so aye be masima. Ya, we be boa wo kunu. Ama ne giant sa wo de hye ne botum. Na wanyinya na ni ntisese ni oyi chokmo. GC mixture and a capsule.
A painful about one more menu for one and if you do me.
Are you a public sector worker dreaming of owning your own home but worried about the upfront cost? At Rehoboth Havens, we've made home ownership not only possible but simple, affordable, and convenient. For the first time, you can own your own home with no physical deposit required. Through our partnership with reputable Ghanaian banks, your Provident Fund becomes your deposit, making the process smooth and stress-free. After that, you simply pay the balance through an affordable mortgage with monthly installments designed to fit your income. With mortgage rates as low as 15% and a repayment period of up to 20 years, securing your future home has never been easier. And the best part, every Ghanaian worker deserves a decent home. Own your 2-bedroom home today, starting from just 675,000 Ghana cedis, or upgrade to our executive 3 and 4 bedrooms, all on sweet homes, even for more space, comfort, and luxury. Rehoboth Havens is located in the serene hills of Ayimensa Damfa, offering breathtaking views of the Pediasi Ebri Mountains. Here, you're not just buying a house, you are joining a secure, gated community designed for peace, privacy, and comfortable family living. Say goodbye to land litigation, building stress, and construction delays. Say hello to your own home. Move-in ready and free from legal complications. Secure your retirement now. For more information, call us today at +233 55 375 1933 or +233 20 682 3524. Rehoboth Social Housing. Your housing dream becomes reality.
This Christmas, Cattle's Agri Limited is bringing you freshness, flavor, and festive joy straight to your home and office. Right here in Accra, Kumasi, Cape Coast, and Takoradi. Cattle's Agri, your number one poultry plug. Fresh birds, sweet eggs, delivered with love. Get ready for our juicy Midofopa package. You get 1 broiler, 1 layer, 2 crates of eggs, plus our special chicken spices, all for only 450 Ghana cedis. Midofopa, sweet value for you. Or go big with our Coco Bolobo package. That is 2 broilers, 2 layers, 2 crates of eggs, and chicken spices, just for 800 Ghana cedis. A Coco Bolobo. More chicken, more joy. And for families and corporate bodies ready to feast, try our Odon Sada package. 3 broilers, 3 layers, 3 crates of eggs, plus spices for only 1,200 Ghana cedis. Order now, enjoy more. And the best part is, corporate orders come with free delivery. Terms and conditions apply. Call us now. 0558 376127 or 0241 674268 or 020-331-5557. This Christmas, choose Cattle's Agri Limited. Cattle's Agri Limited. Freshness you can trust.
It's happening this December. It's the biggest, the largest, the Boshills Jollof Party Festival. It is the Metro Jollof Festival happening on Saturday, 20th December 2025 at the forecourt of Metro TV. It is an all-day event with opportunity for exhibitors to sell this bronya. Come join us. Let's cook jollof. Buy and sell on Saturday, 20th of December 2025. To exhibit, call 0243 272 753 or 055 282 0211.
Afishapao! Merry Christmas, everyone. I am Mrs. Millie Tracy Nkem Mallet, President of Association of Nigerian Women in Ghana. On Saturday, 20th December, it's gonna be hot for all the African countries. Let me tell you guys something. We Nigerians gonna win. I urge everybody, anywhere you are on Saturday, I want all of you to be at Metro TV. North Reach. I can't wait to see all the beautiful faces to come and test the Nigerian jollof and the Nigerian moi moi.
Hello. Something different is taking shape somewhere. You want to know? Then let's march to the Volta region and make a stop at Ho, the regional capital. From good town roads, a new market, square, a university and an airport, among other things, we hit another junction. Ho is to be host of Ghana's newest plush gated community. To be called the Oxygen City, the project is to be executed by the TDC Ghana Limited under the auspices of the Ministry of Water Resources, Works and Housing. We are in exciting times. The reset agenda is on, isn't it? Make a date with us at 10 a.m. on December 17, 2025 at Ho, where President John Dramani Mahama launches the Oxygen City. Yes, it is something new from the doer.
Politician and an honorable Canadian Japan or your politician. Kugudu. Meaning said delegates bebre waha. Who knew a polling station executive? And I will hear into your polling station executive. Mesrao, Obian Kranagi. Obian Kranagi or politics the moon. Obian Kranagi. Iti honorable Ken Kranagi. Okwani ambition. Mesumi krama drain. Mesumi yaman manyosem. Na manyosem na obia eyeno. Obia kwa baby and ho bede. Besedi obia kwa baby and ho bede. Dr. Boachika so kan sembi. Maintain honorable Kennedy Japan. Menene wo mba pore ahofefuo mienu. Ba mu abaako e na oba abaako. It maintain honorable Kennedy Japan. But and your family and friends and I hear who go do? Messi if you na yabalo, who go do? Gugudu Pacho Muntiemio opposition na yaba fie no e wo se ye be sua nyansa o ye go tena ba mu ye family and I any ye ne iti amanyo sem a ye wo party level no me aduasafo me se me nya den esa se ye kwa ba mu ko ye bi e bo ye ya na aka mo ye. Na me mamu example be. Me study contested to be MP in the year 2007. Atene we di amanyo semunimwa wo kuo imu abesi nne. my serving as member of parliament for 12 years. My deputy majority leader, my minister for procurement, my minister for gender. It may be some say, men somewhere, and honorable candidate Japan so I am dear, Meboa. Menka say, or no nebefa. Nemom ye assume say, Wafa. Now I got now Jubilee House. Na mimi CV edda ho. Ya ka CV ya ka wo pay djuma. Na mo hwe djuma amaye. Ene somo amasom oman yi ene mama ne ko. Na se dru ho. Na obetimi apemanimu aka se oba menene wo mamienu. My appointed no as minister for BB. A job at Ghana. Yes. And the Kennedy Japan, oh yeah. It's my political career is at stake. My future is at stake. And my future is with Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud.
Well, it's getting more and more interesting, isn't it? We have about 45 more days to the MPP's internal presidential primaries. We'll talk about that at some point, but I'm sure you saw the video and you have your own opinion that you're formed after watching that video. Now, Honorable, there was something you wanted to respond to briefly. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this code estate,
yes,
so that we can move on to some other issues.
Life seemed to have seen everything wrong with the initiative and nothing good about it. But that is very
I'm just
cautioning. That's just
I didn't say anything.
No, that's not caution.
I was just cautioning.
Sly talking about building infrastructure and making references to GIFEC. Right. I'm happy that you are deputy ranking or vice chair for the Committee of Communications in Parliament. GIFEC's mandate is about extending connectivity, basic telephony and internet services. It's about connectivity, bridging the digital divide. That is what GIFEC is mandated to do, and they do exactly that. Now, what makes the difference between this training and what is done in our regular universities is that in our regular universities, nobody does coding as a course. You go to university for 4 years. You are studying all manner of courses alongside what you are coming to major in. This is hands-on practical training that they will get. Why? Why do you think that people finish IT in the universities and they still go and pay money to go and study at Kofi Annan for 3 months and 6 months? It's because they recognize that what they will get within that short period, they don't get that value of training in their universities. That's where the difference comes in. Now, Sly is talking about
an exit plan.
An exit plan. Obviously, there is an exit plan. There will be internship. We just don't train you and let you go to be on your own. Of course, if you are fortunate to start your own business, I mean, so be it. But you'll be attached to people who are successful in undertaking jobs from multinationals. Now, we are talking, even I think I mentioned that, there's certification. If you go and study IT even at University of Ghana or UCC or Ghana Telecom University, and you have a PhD in IT, once somebody has a one-month training from an international renowned institution like Google, no multinational would bypass him and give you a job. And so we are working with all these institutions for certification. They'll be part of the training content. They'll be part of the assessment. And ultimately, they'll be the ones to do the certification. That gives them international credence. These are some of the things that's like perhaps you don't know. We were in this country, NAPCO. You know how much was spent on NAPCO? What has been the benefit of NAPCO after it ended? No one attained any skill. 100,000 people were told were employed under NAPCO, and they were paid stipends 700 Ghana cedis a month. Most of them did nothing. They were home. These were party boys who received the stipends for nothing.
My brother,
I'm not sure Sly saw anything wrong with it. But coming to empower young people with skills, that will make them more functional. Sly has a problem with it. It is estimated that about 50% of all jobs in this country and about 80% of jobs in the formal sector requires some set of IT skills.
Okay.
And so if government has an initiative to build the capacity of young people in IT,
okay,
why should we have a problem with it?
All right.
I just pray that you will not be too partisan in your approach to some of these issues, okay, especially that you have said on that committee. Okay. You are talking of Ghana having a lot of IT personnel. The training is different, the content is different. I'm telling you, okay, people finish masters in IT and they still go to Kofi Annan to be trained for a month or two.
Right.
Why do you think they do so?
Right.
It's because of the content.
Okay.
And this time we are also going to partner with international reputable institutions like Google for certification. Okay. That comes with some additional credibility of the program. Right. And so Sly, we will not do like you did under NAPCO, where you virtually handed our taxpayers' money to party boys that yielded no benefit. That's not what we're coming to do under President Mahama.
All right, so let's move
far from that.
Because otherwise we will
let,
spend the whole
let
day
me let me re-emphasize the fact that I've been
please do this in a minute.
I've been combing the internet to see if I will see the paperwork on this or the template under which they are doing this. It's not available, but I hope and I pray as you share with me, I'll be happy. But let me re-emphasize the fact that I've talked about the importance of ICT in every country's development, and I'll re-emphasize that point again. But let me also caution that you cannot tell me that what I've said, that today we are doing ICT training in second cycle institutions. The GIFEC you talk about, me, through GIFEC, I've been able to set up ICT labs in some basic schools in my constituency. Okay? So all these people, by the time they get to secondary school, they have some basic...
Sly, do you know I've worked at GIFEC for almost a decade, 10 years.
I know.
You can't know GIFEC more than I do.
But I'm saying
I've worked there.
What has that got to do with what I have used GIFEC to do in my constituency?
I have told you what their mandate is.
I'm coming.
I have told you what their mandate is.
I'm coming, please. I'm also aware. So what I'm telling you is that these 1 million coders, you cannot tell me that a graduate from University of Ghana in ICT, somebody who is picked from junior secondary school level or senior secondary school level or a trader on the street, you train for 3 months and it will be better placed than a graduate that has been trained. I've made mention of the huge human resource we've trained over the last 15 years in that space. What has become of all of them?
But yes,
so I'm coming.
But even know that coding is not an IT. It's not like
this training is
a typical IT thing.
Please.
So you forget about all the people have been trained. This is different.
Please. And I'm telling you, I am telling you.
You've been.
Please.
Do you get it?
Please.
There's a clear distinction between coding and IT.
Please.
You don't even get it.
You see. Let me be honest with you. You see, we sit here. We'll come back to this studio on this matter again. And I'm saying that your defense is that these people train after 3 months.
Yes.
Somebody who has not had any stint of higher education in this thing can be trained in 3 months, certified by Google.
Yes.
And he can be hired to work.
Yes.
We're looking at the exit plan. He said you provide it.
Yes.
So is your question?
Why don't you let me finish?
I just want to be sure of what your concern is.
Let me finish.
Are you worried about an exit plan? Or you think that it's not a feasible project?
I am coming.
Let me know exactly what your problem is.
To you.
Let me know exactly what your problem is.
To you,
yes.
The fact that people come, you can get 10 million people to come for your training. But to what end is what I'm saying. And I'm making the point that we've had a lot of IT professionals. So I made a reference that, look, if you say that the 3 months training is tailor-made training, and therefore in your plan there are jobs for them better than people who have been trained at the universities over the last 15 years, you have them available. So okay, if I were you, you have graduates, you spend the state resources to train for 4 years, but their training is not tailor-made. So if you train them for 3 months between the graduates and then a non-graduate, or SS leaver or JHS leaver, that you are going to train for 3 months, which of these two you have the benefit from? So I've made mention also of that spending the resources in building an ICT infrastructure to aid people who have been trained already is a prioritization of the resource. That is why I said that I'll hasten slowly until I see the source document on this whole thing. But I'm only cautioning, based on what I've heard and what they have said from the ministry, that when they open the portal, everybody trooped in the portal. You talked about NAPCO. Today, some NAPCO trainees are custom officers, are police officers, are working in various institutions. By the time we exited NAPCO, please, I'm coming.
You've landed exactly what I wanted to say.
But you said,
so are you saying that without NAPCO, people would have been recruited into Ghana Police Service?
NAPCO, please, my brother.
Or Ghana Immigration Service?
Please, you see, you are jumping the gun. When somebody is speaking, allow me to finish. There are people who had been hired into private, because the essence of NAPCO is to get on-job experience. Because one of the things people put out there, that when you are a graduate and you are applying for a job, they say bring 3 years experience, bring 2 years, bring 1 year, bring 5 years experience. And it's been a concern of graduates in this country. So the person finishes his national service, he's home. And government says, whilst you are home and looking for a job, you don't have anything to do, I'll hire you, attach you to an institution, get their own practical experience. When the institution finds you wealthy, they will hire you than to advertise. And by the time we finish, over 40% of the NAPCO training.
There's no evidence. There's no evidence to that.
Please.
This 40% you have just mentioned.
Please.
Where is the evidence?
But when you sit here and you say, you make a categorical statement like this, look, I'm aware of some of our colleagues from the NDC.
You critique 1 million coders and want to defend NAPCO.
Please.
That was a waste of resources. I can't believe this.
Moro, we are here. I've sound the caution.
Okay, let's move on.
I'll pick the document. I'll analyze the document.
Okay.
And we'll come back to this studio.
No problem.
1 year down the lane, I've said that the hasty launch of the program is needless.
No problem.
1 year, I've been proven right. So I'm saying that, and we are still waiting for the 1 million people to be trained.
Let me add that. Let me add that.
Yes.
University graduates who have been trained in IT in their universities are not excluded from taking part in the training. And so when you say you have IT graduates, I seem to suggest that they are not qualified to be part of the program.
So the professors
that is not true.
No problem.
Look, anybody.
I see.
Once you are 15 years and above, you are eligible for the program.
I hear.
I'm saying that's live. This is a national project. Put aside the partisanship. Come on board. Let us train the young people. Let us train.
Offering.
You have seen
caution.
Where is the caution in this?
I've told you.
Where is the caution in this?
Look,
all that you have done is to see everything wrong with the issue. Exactly. But I think
let's move on.
Moro, spend too much time.
Moro is 6 months. Let's come and review what I've said here.
I get you right. Even if we train 500,000 people, let's just assume that according to slide, we're only able to train 1 million. We train 500, 600, 700. If 100,000 young people are able to find decent jobs out of this initiative, it's not worth it. What is the total?
He's not confident that he will find jobs. That's his problem.
What is the total public service in this country?
He said he will find a job.
Right from 1957 up to date.
Oh no, we don't get his point.
Yes.
He said, no problem, you train them, but they won't find a job.
That's what he thinks. He should be. He should be optimistic.
Anyways,
he should be optimistic. He should be optimistic.
So once at before we move on to our next issue, let me just remind you that Jollof Festival is coming off this Saturday, and yes, whilst we're having the hard talk, we must also know that we are in the Yuletide season, and Metro TV, the Ignite Media Group, is organizing the Jollof Festival that's coming off on Saturday. Yes, we'll be giving you a formal invitation soon, so that you can come and taste some of the the meals that will be cooked.
Metro Jollof.
So yes. No, in fact, there's also a competition element. So Nigeria is here, Senegal is coming. In fact, from the embassies, Nigeria, Senegal, Sierra Leone, Cameroon will all be joining their Ghanaian counterparts to prepare to showcase indeed their skills when it comes to cooking jollof. And so we'll find out who cooks the best jollof. I'm biased on this. I say Ghanaian jollof is the best, but we'll see what the Senegalese and the Cameroonians and the Sierra Leoneans have in store for us. But anyway, so we're talking 5 embassies, 5 flavors, 1 crown. Who will take their jollof crown? Come taste and cheer. So it's free entry. So don't miss it. But if you're also, yes, it's free entry. Okay, so if you've been to a vendor, and you want to apply for this, please call the number 0243 272 753. So 0243 272 753, and also 055 282 0211. 055 282 0211. Or 0243 272 753. So, Metro TV Jollof Festival coming off.
I want to beg for 1 minute of your time.
Again?
Yes.
What's the problem?
To tell Sly.
Yes. It's been sent an information.
Oh, don't worry. No.
It's been given an information. No. It's been given an information.
From who? No, but
Moro,
take my phone.
No. But
in 2024, the MPP.
Yes.
And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia copied that initiative of the 1 million codes.
Is it MPP one?
Yes, listen, I will tell you. Listen, please.
I'll come to
please. The thing that you are pooping this morning, you want to be the general secretary of the MPP.
But you see,
the new patriotic party in Ghana, especially through the flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has pledged to train approximately 1 million young Ghanaians in coding and software application if elected in 2024. The initiative is part of a broader vision outlined in the MPP 2024 manifesto to build into a world-class digital economy and create 1 million high-tech digital jobs over the 4 years. The pledge aims to blah, 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 blah. You know, we launched our manifesto before the day. We launched our manifesto first. You copied it. This thing that you have seen this morning, the MPP made that same pledge. So it's like, where are you now?
So let me tell you.
Moro. The same number.
Same
number, 1 million.
Moro, let me tell you.
Your flag bearer.
We were in government. And what I'm espousing here this morning, go to University of Ghana.
Please.
That is what I'm telling you.
Go ahead.
That is what what we were going to do. It is not what you are doing. And I'm telling you, because you don't have a source document on it. 1 year after launch of that program, you've not trained 1 person. That's what I'm telling you. We were in government. So please hold it. You ask me a question. Moro, let your reporters go to University of Ghana and go and see the cyber city infrastructure we have put there. We're going to do one in Tamale, one in Kumasi. I talked about the infrastructure. NPP was not just making the straight noise you are making today. That is why after 1 year, 8 months of launching of this program, you are still going around to look at infrastructure. We have told you, we have started University of Ghana. Please,
let's move away from infrastructure.
But what are you talking about?
It's not feasible. Don't find a job. You made a similar
exit plan. You don't have an exit plan.
What they have in mind is
what you don't understand.
I think that it's only fair.
Please.
That
is why I told you. That is why I told you. We've done audit of our system, and we know the chunk of IT professionals who are not having jobs in this country. So the exit plan we are looking at to train that 1 million people. So it starts from identifying the job market and tailor-made training. So we have,
my God.
What is this?
No. Let me tell you what they have in mind.
What is this? After 8 months of launching the program, you said here, please, they should stop the interjection. They should stop the interjection. So I'm saying that you already have a problem. You have institutions training all over. So if you want to do tailor-made programs, and for people to get job and get benefit of what you are going to do, infrastructure is important. Because we are not going to train 1 million people to be a burden on government to employ them. So they should have skills well enough for them to be self-employed or get other opportunities that they'll be capable of doing. That is why I told you of the infrastructure. And I've referred you to University of Ghana. When you leave here, maybe you've not been there before. drive to University of Ghana, ask them of the ICT, cyber city that was built at the University of Ghana. So you need the infrastructure first. We had already started the infrastructure. We won't launch a program after 8 months sourcing where to train the people. So you cannot do it as we wanted to do it. So number one, look at the professionals. Telambe trained them to meet the standards to get jobs even outside this country. It's part of the program. But what they are doing here, when they open the portal, anybody, as he has said here, can apply. And I'm cautioning that if anybody applies, he made mention of POP people, tilers, as artisanal training. If everybody applies to be a coder, you train them for 3 months, they will not retain the needed results that you are looking for. So I talked about SHS graduates who had already had stints with ICT training in their schools. You can put them on the program. They already have the basics. So when you put them on the program, obviously it's better than somebody who had not had it at all and training him after 3 months. You're going to have the problem.
Okay.
So this is what I'm saying. Then you sit here and you say,
well, to be trained under the Coders program.
So
I
am really, really confused about what slide is driving at.
Because the program is
whether the program is not feasible, exit plan, or the mode of training. I don't even know exactly what.
I made reference to all of them.
You see, when you talk about infrastructure, you've made reference to a project at the University of Ghana and that you intended to do some internally. In fact, the one at the University of Ghana is still under construction. I was there last week. The Digital Youth Village, right? We, under President Mills, President Mahama, when Honorable Haruna Idrisu was Minister for Education and late Omani Boama, we constructed over 260 CICs across this country.
Please.
Those are the facilities that we are coming to use to deploy or to facilitate the training. We are just talking about.
You made mention of Lingo Pram Pram. You are going to build a center in Lingo Pram Pram. You just said about the west part of Greater Accra.
It means we are not listening. Please.
You said you are going to UCC, you are going to solve
when you talk about infrastructure,
existing infrastructure training for the people. Please.
When you talk about infrastructure in ICT, we have a better record. Infrastructure that will support this training. I'm saying that the NDC, under President Mills and President Mahama 1, we did over 250 community information centers in this country. Under the same President Mills and President Mahama, we did about 8 regional innovation centers. These are the centers that we are coming to use as venues for the training. I have told you this. And so when look, you see, we are doing the one in Ningo because we want to deal with the Eastern Accra. There's a huge population in that area. Just don't look at Accra Digital Center and University of Ghana. Even for an applicant, a trainee, to leave Pram Pram, Dewenya, and all the way to Accra, the cost of transport alone can be discouraging. So we are trying to make the training facilities as close to the people as possible. And so I have told you that we have a better record of putting in place an infrastructure. No, I have told you. You see, myself, I was very honest on that issue, that we should have trained 100,000 people this year. That we haven't done. But we have done a lot of work on the ground. And so when we start in 2026, I have told you that Huawei, Google, MTN, and Telecel are each doing 100,000 people. So government now has the responsibility to train 600,000 people. So when you say we should have been doing 250 for each year, we are even getting the numbers wrong. 600,000 by 3 would give you around 200,000 people. So just have to have the infrastructure to deliver training to 600,000 people to complement the other 400 that they are doing. We have it. So I want to know exactly what because you also made that same pledge. What was your exit plan?
Okay.
You can make contributions to the initiative.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that. 1 million coders. You can do ABCD to improve on the project. But to speak as if the program is not feasible, it's a waste of resources. When you make similar, the same number in your manifesto,
why you make
how different was this going to be?
I think you need to help me. I don't need to make interventions again because I've made it clear the importance of ICT education. And I've made mention of the content of your program. Please, you share the document with me, and I will expose the document before you.
No problem.
So you haven't seen the document
because the way you are speaking, if this is the content of your document, because you are speaking from the experience of your document, and if this is the way you are speaking, You have read the document, then I can expose the document.
How can you do? How can you do?
Because you are speaking from the document. How can you? You are speaking from the document. You are speaking from the document.
And you promised 1 million codex this morning. You sit on Metro TV to poo it.
When the document is ready, please share with him. I think we'll
is it right? Let him share with you now.
We'll settle a lot of
let him share with you
the questions that he's asking. All right, so let's get on. So, Sly, your internal contest or presidential primaries is approaching. It's coming off on the 31st of January, and I think it's quite clear that things are heating up. And we've seen the video of Adwoa Sarah Adwoa Safo, I believe I got the full name correctly, where she was raising some issues with her own personal fears if Kenneth Agyapong was elected the flag bearer of the NPP. Of course, there have been some other commentaries that have been made in the lead up to these elections, some of which we've discussed here on the show. I don't know what exactly is happening. I mean, the New Republic reports it, and this is how it captions it. It says, Adwoa versus Ken, love lies in the battle for MPP. So, and it says that factionalism deepens in MPP as former minister launches personal and political broadside against a leading flag bearer contender. Sarah Adwoa Safo has launched a scathing attack on New Patriotic Party presidential hopeful Kennedy Agyapong, warning delegates, particularly women, against endorsing his candidacy ahead of the party's January 2026 flag bearer elections. In a series of public statements and viral video clips, Safo accused Agyapong, a former partner and father of her 2 children, of harboring deep-seated contempt for women, citing personal experiences of verbal abuse and public humiliation. Her intervention, while couched in personal grievance, signals a broader realignment within the MPP's fractured post-2024 opposition landscape. Safo's remarks delivered during a campaign event for Vice President Mahmoud Bawumia whom she now backs, were unusually direct. She recounted past episodes in which Agyapong allegedly insulted her character, questioned her loyalty to the party, and derided her family background. If he can speak this way about the mother of his children, she told delegates, imagine how he would treat women he has no ties with. The former minister warned that Agyapong's record of inflammatory rhetoric would be weaponized by the opposition NDC should he secure the MP nomination. They will replay every insult, including those against me, she said, and it will cost us dearly. Safo's endorsement of Bawumia is not without calculation. One seen as a rising star in the party's inner circle. Her political fortunes waned following her controversial absenteeism from Parliament and Cabinet in 2022-2023. A re-emergence as a vocal Bawumia surrogate suggests a bit to rehabilitate her image and positioning herself for a future role, possibly as vice presidential contender. So Safo's public rebuke of Agyapong, one of the party's most combative and populist figures, risks deepening internal divisions, while her criticisms may resonate with segments of the party's base, particularly women and urban professionals. They also expose the fragility of the MP's post-Ekufuado coalition. Now, people like you, Sylvester Tete, I don't know why I keep saying Sylvester Mensah, Sylvester Tete, you have said it time and again that candidates who are aspiring, or not just candidates, but persons who are aligned to candidates who are aspiring for positions in the party must always be careful with their utterances, because you would need everybody on board to prosecute one agenda, which is to compete in the 2028 elections, favorably or competitively. But it doesn't seem that this advice is really being taken on board by persons close to some of these candidates. I mean, what do you make of all the things that Sarah Adwoa Safo has said? What are you thinking? I mean, when you saw the video, how did you react to the video?
Well, I have not paid particular attention to the details or the content of what she said until I've listened to excerpts of what she just said. I've maintained a particular stance that internal contest, it can make or unmake you. You can become a hero or a villain. Just one statement that you make. I've seen many young men and women gone down the drill in the run-up to elections of this nature. And both parties are all guilty. But the caution is that we must always be careful what we say about your opponent, especially those who are contesting the positions. you will not do your candidate any good if you attack his opponent. And the question I ask and say, between you making the allegations and the insult, between you, the person you are, and the person you are insulting, which of you would your preferred candidate, if he or she wins, will need most? So if I speak against Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, I'm a supporter of Kwabena Agyapong, Kennedy Agyapong, or any other person, and I speak against Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, ask yourself, if your preferred candidate wins, between you and the person you attacked, which of the two would your candidate need most in prosecuting his campaign? The first test that everybody must ask himself. If you insult Kennedy Agyapong and your preferred candidate wins, between you insulting Kennedy Agyapong and Kennedy Agyapong, which of them would your win a candidate who has won the elections would need most? I remember the NDC internal primaries, the one that brought President Mahama. Statement from Dr. Dufour and his followers. Today, the former propaganda secretary of the NDC, where is he? Solomon Owusu, in Kansas.
Well, talk about MPP.
Please, I'm talking about political parties.
Talk about MPP, that's why you're still...
My brother, please.
Sly.
What is this?
No, talk about...
Is that how you behave?
No, talk about Adwoa Safo and Bawumia.
When John Mahama was called a drunkard, those who called him a drunkard today, where are they? I'm just citing that as an example. Was he not called a drunkard in this country by your own party people? And I'm telling you the consequences of such acts. I'm just no. Now you now tell me
I expected you. You see, he's deliberately doing that. Where has President Mahama got to do with Adwoa Safo saying that?
It was an internal contest.
So you will not allow me to leave President Mahama alone and deal with the party issue. Whether he was called a drunkard or a smoker, he's the president of the party today.
Are public institutions, and we are at liberty to make reference to how they organize themselves. So if I cite that as an example, it's not in bad faith. I'm only trying to tell you it's not good. It doesn't pay.
Tell them it's not good.
And I'm telling everybody, I'm speaking to them, why are you worried about? But when they were calling President Mahama a drunkard, go and see how Joshua Alabi and the rest, but I'm saying that those who follow those leaders, today Joshua Alabi is a board chairman. He became President Mahama's campaign manager. That's the point I'm trying to make. President Mahama, after winning the primaries, he went to Dr. Dufour's residence. But those who followed him to insult him, today where are they? In the political space. It doesn't pay to insult. If you believe in a candidate, propagate the ideals of that candidate. So don't make it look like this is new to the MPP. It is wrong from all the political sides. And I'm saying that it is very difficult. Today, Honorable Adwoa Safo is an adult in her constituency. Perhaps Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is not even aware he's organizing a meeting of that nature. Just rope him unnecessarily into things like this. It doesn't pay. And I want to urge all of us, supporters of various political flag bearer aspirants, it doesn't pay to insult for your candidate. I've made a firm commitment that I'm not speaking publicly for any of them because of my unique position. But I can always caution, I support the MPP. Whoever the party will elect, over 230,000 people, whoever they will elect, I'll be committed. Look, I've led a candidate before in this party. When I supported Alan Tremantin, I've been everywhere with him. I've campaigned for him on various platforms. When Alan left, everybody knows my position. I campaigned for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So it doesn't matter where you stand. Because you just have an individual vote. The masses are out there. You cannot tell where the pendulum will swing. And importantly, after the primaries, you need everybody in support of your candidate to win. You make it difficult for the person you are supporting if you are insulting another candidate. There are so many people who may not speak, but insulting the opponent of your preferred candidate provokes them. So I want to urge all of us. Today, unlike before, somebody says that in the 1992-96, thereabout, the primaries, it was more heated. But the advantage then was that social media was not as open as it is today. There wasn't any form like that. So you can say anything and get away with it. It will be a reported speech. It will be a reported speech. If social media was as vibrant or was then like today, when they refer to President Kufuor as Banchi Dada, it would have still been on the airwaves. That's what I'm telling you. Those who, just last week, President Kufuor was making reference to people who were attacking him within the MPP. It's normal within the political actors. But the person making the allegation, I've known many young people with good and brilliant future in politics. They've ended their political career on the altar of insults. So for me, you politicians tell us that
politics is all about interest. I mean, politicians, if you talk to them, especially off record, they'll tell you politics is all about interest. Now, in the case of Sarah Joa Safo, she says her personal political career is at stake. It's bleak. Her future politically is bleak if Ken Agyapong is elected. And she gives two reasons. One, if Ken gives her an appointment, people will say because she is his baby mama. Number two, she claims that Ken is a verbal abuser of women, and that she has evidence that Ken has abused her. That's number one. He has abused her children, he has abused other women. So she can't sleep if Ken becomes the flag bearer and possibly the president of this country. So it's about her personal interests. So are you saying that she shouldn't voice these things out? Or you're saying that for the sake of unity, she should keep quiet? Remember that it's an internal contest. She's looking for reasons to make it unattractive. We'll have to take a break. I'll take a break. I'm sorry. I'll take a break. I'll just ask you. I'm just asking these questions for you to ponder over. When we come back, I'll just ask you to respond to them. Stay with us. This is Good Morning Ghana.
Confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal toothpaste. Kel Charcoal toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, a who be here, Semetra Sapapadia to a mammy manful. Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so by a man strain, and a sense of Mama Hotel so a will bedroom.
Kel Charcoal toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Oh, Jose, and I media semesio. Can any pan, Nasana, Michiana, what de me? A drain I did in Quano, Kingdom Garlic Bitters. No, more benefiting. Me benefiting wine. Also, got told dear. Abrewa, the smile, our brand. Mishuve, one antique crana wabre. No Kingdom Garlic Bitters and any capsules. Nanya Wadia Brebia.
Kingdom Garlic Bitters and the capsules. Assembly, a devil when Amawani Adise. Send your name, wife, company, one personal. Kingdom Ginseng Power Capsules and tea. Say, see, and password.
Kingdom Ginseng Power Capsules. A many genius, dear Befi, Abrebia. Obebia, o de poor hauno. Edroba Kupa, we hear tremendous capsules. Tremendous capsules. Yes, you ma we obesima. And no, you when you be a ton rubia. Kingdom Herbal, no challenger.
Hello, Auntie Abena. You won't believe what just happened. Grandma received her 4 TV. 4 TVs? Yes, 4.
Okay, I'm coming.
I'm not. Wait,
it's like a scandal now. You are using it to spread grandma like that.
Spread grandma?
4 TVs, 2 fridges, microwave. Abba, Kojo, why? Do you want to open an electrical shop for her?
Hey, no! It's a regular 100 cities I send her.
I'm sure it's Uncle Atu.
Let's call him.
Atu? Why?
Atu?
Why are you spreading a grandma with appliances?
Me? Spread who? When? How? Please, it could be Amma.
Let's call Amma.
Let me call her.
Hello?
Amma, why?
What are you saying?
Appliances for grandma, no. Why?
Hey, it's not me, oh.
The assembly are critical.
Let's call grandma.
Let's call grandma.
Hello?
Hey, grandma. So who is buying all those stuff for you?
Call me Granny Cash. Grandma know the joke, the luckiest. If they do me 5 pounds per year. When I buy ticket 100 cedis, I pay them small or big. I automatically get my free gift.
Hey, sir! Yes, so with the luckiest, anytime you buy tickets up to 100 cedis, whether small or at once, you are guaranteed to win a free gift. TV sets, fridges, hampers, airtime, cash. Remember to dial *712#, choose option 4 and follow the prompt. With the luckiest, everybody wins. Even Granny Cash.
For my festival, I am a
Wabedum, time aso. Hey, J. Watch it, na learning. Missy, watch and learn. Makwaya mabesisia. Abozege. Akache say no ya konate and the more drink woman. Hey. But I didn't mean. Oh, sorry. She knew her old days. Eji, Dabio, baby wom. Ready? Hey, baby wom. Ah, Eji. I'll cause some discomfort. Sorry, well, uncle, where would I die? Why your funeral?
Say a pessary insecticide GB at a user. Co pharmacy na shop biamu. Na mum say a pharmacy supermarket and a shop ra. Na repedudu to a cotonwa. On for Royal Dutch and our Aerofield Trading. FE spray with Daimwa.
In a world where everything is connected, your business's security is only as strong as its weakest link. The growing threat of cybercrime has become an unescapable reality. In 2025 alone, the projected cost of cybercrime is expected to grow to $10 trillion globally, with small-medium businesses disproportionately targeted. Cyber threats have become increasingly sophisticated, widespread, and invisible, placing unequipped organizations at risk of massive damages in a matter of seconds. Meet Virtual InfoSec Africa, Ghana's Tier 1 certified managed security service provider. We don't just monitor threats, we predict, prevent, and respond 24/7. At Virtual InfoSec Africa, we deliver bold and cost-effective cybersecurity solutions tailored to your organization's size and complexity. Whether you're a startup or a national institution, our services scale with your needs. We offer 24/7 SOC monitoring, early warning threat intelligence, managed detection and response, digital forensics and incident response, and predictive analysis and threat hunting. From endpoint protection to dark web forensics, we secure every layer of your digital ecosystem. Why wait for a breach to act? Join the ranks of high institutions who trust Virtual InfoSec Africa to secure their future. Start your 3-month free trial of our early warning threat intelligence platform today. For more inquiries, contact 055-689-2086 or visit our website at www.virtualinfosecafrica.com.
Start your kids' day the right way, filled with confidence to take on any challenge. Pepsodent Kids contains the right amount of fluoride and sugar acid protection to care for their developing gums and teeth. Grab either orange or strawberry so they brush with the sweet flavor they love morning and evening. Pepsodent Kids, giving your children a bright smile for a brighter future.
Hello. Something different is taking shape somewhere. You want to know?
Then let's march to the Volta region and make a stop at Ho, the regional capital. From good town roads, a new market, square, a university and an airport, among other things, we hit another junction. Ho is to be host of Ghana's newest plush gated community. To be called the Oxygen City, the project is to be executed by the TDC Ghana Limited under the auspices of the Ministry of Water Resources, Works and Housing. We are in exciting times. The reset agenda is on, isn't it? Make a date with us at 10 a.m. on December 17, 2025 at Ho, where President John Dramani Mahama launches the Oxygen City. Yes, it is something new from the doer.
At the heart of Amasaman, along the Accra Sawam Road, something fresh is growing. At Pop Farms, we raise 100% organic broilers, naturally fed, humanly raised, and processed with the highest hygiene standards. Whether you're feeding a family at home, serving dinners in your restaurant, stocking your supermarket, or running a busy chore bar, Pop Farms delivers freshly frozen, premium quality chicken straight from our farm to your table. Fast, reliable doorstep delivery, fair prices, grown with care right here in Ghana. Clean, healthy, local, organic. That's the Pop Farms promise. Call us today on 024-777-3668. 0244-626-700. Or email sales@popfarmsgh.com. Pop Farms, raising the standard of poultry in Ghana.
Pop Farms chicken, naturally raised, honestly delivered.
It's happening this December. It's the biggest, the largest, the Boshills Jollof Party Festival. It is the Metro Jollof Festival happening on Saturday, 20th December 2025 at the forecourt of Metro TV. It is an all-day event with opportunity for exhibitors to sell this bronya. Come join us. Let's cook jollof. Buy and sell on Saturday, 20th of December 2025. To exhibit, call 0243-272-753 or 055-282-0211.
So Timbuktu, Ghana Mali, Sumanguru, you know what you're showing. Hello Ghana. A rollicking experience is about to happen at the Metro TV station on the 20th of December this year, and it is the Jollof Festival. I want everyone, and I implore everyone to be part of this experience. Never before. Amaziba says so, and I will be here to rep. Thank you, Ghana. Bless.
And then the Mahama Group.
Mayor politician and an honorable Canadian Japan or your politician. Kugudu. Minister delegates Bebraha, who knew a polling station executive. And our yere and so your polling station executive. Mesrao, Obia Grana Day. Obia nkura na dwen wɔ politics mu. Obia kura na dwen. Iti honorable Ken kura na dwen. Okura ne ambition. Me so me kura ma dwen. Me so me ye man manyosem. Na manyosem na obia eye no. Obia kɔ bebia ne ho bɛɛ dɛ. Me se dey obia kɔ bebia ne ho bɛɛ dɛ. Dr. Boache Kasa ɔka asɛm bi. Maintain honorable Kennedy Japan. Menene wɔ mba pɔrepɔre ahofɛfoɔ mienu. Bɛmu abaako ɛna ɔba abaako. Iti maintain honorable Kennedy Japan. But ɛnyɛ family and friends ɛna yɛyɛ wɔ ɛbi. Kukurudu. Mesi yɛyɛ deɛ. Efie na yabalo. Kukudu. Kukudu. Patro muntie mi o. Opposition na yaba fie no. E wo se ye besua nyansa o. Ye ko tena ban mu ye family and I. Any ye ne. Iti amanyo sema ye wo party level no. Me adwa safo. Me ti me nya den. Esa nse ye kwa ban mu koye bi. Ebo aye ya na ata amoaye. Na me mamu example bi. Me study contested to be MP in the year 2007. Atene we di amanyo semunimu a wokuo yi mu abesi nne. Ma serve as member of parliament for 12 years. My deputy majority leader. Medi minister for procurement. Medi minister for gender. It may be some say. Men somewhere. And honorable Kennedy Japan so I am dear. Meboa. Menka say. Ono na ebefa. Na mom ye assume say. Wafa. Now wakotena Jubilee House. Na mimi CV eda ho. Yaka CV ata wo kopa adwuma. Na monhwe adwuma amaye. Ene somo amasom oman yi ene mama nyoto. Na se dru ho. Na obetimi ahwemanimu aka se oba menene wo mamienu. Ma appointed no as minister for BB. Ejabeto Ghana. Yes. Kukudu. And the Kennedy Japan. Mimi no amenena umi no. Oh yeah. My political career is at stake. My future is at stake. And my future is with Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud.
You're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. I'm here with the Honorable Abdul Aziz, Mohammed Abdul Aziz. He's a former MP for the Miang constituency, and also he's now the Director General, the Deputy Director General of the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping. I say Kofi Annan ICT.
Center of Excellence in ICT.
Yes, Center of Excellence in ICT, but in charge of the 1 Million Coders Program. That's his new title now. And then also Sylvester Tete is a former MP for the Botiano English and Manfrom, and also Deputy Information Minister.
And aspiring GS.
Yes, aspiring General Secretary.
He's on the show.
Aspiring General Secretary.
Please give him that.
Of the New Patriotic Party.
That platform.
I'll
support you becoming the.
I'll support you for a coders program. But listen to advice.
Anyway, so let's get on. Let's get on. Yes.
Zoboro, like I was saying, okay. It doesn't pay to insult in support of your candidate.
Yeah.
It doesn't pay. The MPP as a political party, we are at a crossroad, and what we need is each other. We don't need to split hairs over anything. You can't be wiser than over 230,000 people who make a decision as to who should lead the party. So you must always be guided by that principle. Nobody would have had one-on-one engagement with all the aspirants except the presidential aspirants themselves.
I raised the issue about her personal interest, her political
No, so
career.
the matter of personal interest.
Also,
Look, you see,
it's in
your
danger.
personal interest can never be bigger than the party's own interest. You must be guided. Everybody has a personal interest and personal ambition. But must that be bigger than the party's interest? The party's interest is calling for unity, irrespective of your own personal aspirations and interests. You must know that that is subordinate to the interest of the party. So if you are guided by that, I've made reference to where people who are taking similar stance of using verbal, abusive language on the opponent of the people they support, they faded out. If you are not careful, oftentimes you'll be sacrificed. I know somebody who was made a deputy minister to a former presidential aspirant. He said he's not going because they are throwing him to the lion's den. But the man knew how he was attacking him. Now the president has won. He's making you a deputy minister and that same person. So you see what happens. So I want to plead with all of us. It doesn't pay. If you want to see your choice of a candidate winning the elections,
right,
you must sound more reconciliatory. You should sound more as a unifier, so that when your candidate wins, you must do one. Campaign for your candidate.
Okay.
Extol the virtues of your candidate.
Okay.
So if you go out and you begin to insult, social media never forgets. No matter how you tell, social media will never forget. That's why I'm saying that. The times of old, when we're doing politics, according to those who are at the forefront, there were much more and harsher words used on opponents. But there was no means of reportage as it is today. That is why I can go on the internet to refer to all the attacks thrown the Fonka games. You remember the Fonka games? Right. Remember the Christians in Koforidia? So the NDC is not exception. Okay. But it has proven over time that those who are engaged in this enterprise of insult, they faded out of the politics.
All right.
So my only caution to them is that you may speak today as a man, but tomorrow, if you are not careful, your tails will be dangling somewhere else. So please, I just want to caution and let everybody, especially when you've held positions of interest to the party in time past. Of course, people will revere you so much in the party, so you must take caution. Today you speak to a handful of delegates, but social media, Metro TV, and many other stations, everybody put an interpretation on it, and where it involved man and woman to the extent that they have issue, or let me say they have children, as it were. Right. It's not healthy to be discussing certain things on. It doesn't help the MPP as a brand. And I want to urge everybody that the MPP's brand, the MPP's interest must supersede your personal interest. Your candidate will not speak the way you are speaking. So if your candidate will not speak the language you are speaking, like Jesus Christ's disciples, they called them Christians because they saw the Christ-like life in them. They didn't profess to say we are Christians, but it's the bystanders. So if your candidate is humble, your candidate is hardworking, your candidate is respectful, you must exhume that trait of a character in you as a lead campaigner for the person. But if anybody thinks that insulting your candidate opponent will inure to your advantage, obviously, no, it won't. It has never paid. And delegates are wide awake because in opposition, the only thing everybody is focused on is a vibrant party and to get political power.
All right.
That's it.
Honorable, before you come in, let's watch this video. It's just 30 seconds.
That's okay.
It's just 30 seconds. Let's watch this video.
Emma, we make NDC look like they are angels. Do we remember Fonka games? Friends of Nana Kuredo Ajimai Road is Fonka. And then the Mahama group. Do we remember what happened? To the extent that Emma, the founder's wife, got angry and she left the party. And this is problem goes here. Yeah, founder. Yeah, founder Ben Aten was a party. And Alan left in 2024, and all of a sudden we are pretending as if MPP Atisia Pansam, NDC, the founder. Kunedu Ajimah-Rawlings was not only the founder's wife, she was integral in the foundation of the NDC. She left the party. She formed her own party. And yet NDC have one power. So why are we pretending? Say, you see, in every organization, you need like-minded people to win. And we need 1,000. That's a 10. But we are 10. Not 10 in the. So I am not a subscriber to a group where we say that if we have negative energy, no matter what the negative energy must say, it's not true. And it's also not true that when some of your members leave your party and form a party, you won't win elections. It's not true. The NDC, the year they won elections was the year they formed NDP out of it. With Zidane, Francis Esiam, and Co. We know all these things. Maybe the way I'm motivated for 2028, that's what I want all of us in this room to be motivated. Understanding that we are a human organization. We falter, we fail, we struggle, but we still have to rise up and fight.
Honorable.
Moro, this matter is not a matter that
your house matter.
I would have wished.
This is not your house matter.
Because this is their internal issues. But like you said, political parties are public entities, and so we all have the right to comment on them. I agree with what Sly has said when it comes to insults. I have always seen myself as a dove in politics. We have the hawks and we have the doves. I see myself as a dove. And I take a lot of inspiration from the character and demeanor of President Mahama. If there's anything that has worked for President Mahama, it is the way he carries himself, not just as a leader, but as President Mahama or as Mr. Mahama. I mean, he's carrying himself very, very well. I have seen a lot of hawks in both parties who haven't gone beyond what they were. So it doesn't pay to be a hawk, especially if you want to lead and lead at the highest level. Now, what worries me is that I don't know when and how the NPP became so low that somewhere in 2007, when President Kufuor was leaving office, you had very experienced people around. This is a party that had the likes of Professor Edo Boahene, President J. Kufuor, Hackman Owusu, Papa Owusu Nkrumah, and Kofi Konedu Apreku. These were solid materials. Today, the NPP is at the crossroad to elect a leader to lead a party. And we have the likes of Bernard Champong, Kennedy Ajapong, and the gentleman who was the press secretary to President Kufuor, Kwabena Aji Ajapong, and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And I asked myself, how and when the NPP got so low? We need a very strong political opposition.
No. A point of interest. Please. The choice of words. After mentioning all these gentlemen, to say the party has gotten too low, what do you mean?
Okay, so when I compare them to the names I mentioned earlier, I find them very,
please.
very...
That's quite unfortunate.
So if
please,
if you are uncomfortable with it,
It's his opinion.
If you are
that's his opinion. I cannot use my opinion. I come to sit here.
Oh, maybe I want to retract. You don't know.
Please.
Maybe if Sly is not comfortable with the way I describe them, all that I'm saying is that the quality of leadership in the NPP has gone very, very low. If we were to compare the current batch of those seeking for their leadership to those that I have mentioned earlier, the likes of Papa Owusu Nkrumah, Kofi Konedu Apreku and Co. That is a fact, and that's my opinion. Now, back to what the former MP and minister talked about, Adwoa Safo. I don't see an insult in it, to be honest with you. I haven't heard her insult Kennedy Ajapong or anybody, but I have seen her describe the NPP for what it is. The woman says that under Nana Akufo-Addo, they were practicing family and friends. These were the very things that we said that he defended. She was a beneficiary of it. She was a minister of procurement and later gender under the same Akufo-Addo regime. Was she not a beneficiary of the family and friends? Didn't we cry on rooftops about the family and friends and that it was not going to inure to the benefit of the Ghanaian people? Didn't we?
When you say beneficiary of family and friends, how? How do you mean?
Oh,
you're talking, I mean, relative to Sarah.
She's saying that Akufo-Addo appointed family and friends into government.
Yes.
She was also appointed.
Yes.
So it stands to infer that she was also appointed because of perhaps friendship and not family. Right.
Okay.
And so what I'm saying is that we in the NDC and majority of Ghanaians, we complain bitterly about family and friends. They defended it. They said there was nothing wrong with it. Today, we are in a position, we are seeking for power. And we've come back to what the very issue that we're talking about that you were defending. And so, like I said, I have seen her confessing and speaking truth. In any case, was Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia not part of the family and friends that she's talking about? The candidate that she's supporting, didn't he appoint even his in-laws into government? Didn't he?
No, but he doesn't appoint.
Oh, but he was the vice president.
Yeah, but he doesn't appoint.
He was the vice president.
I know, but he doesn't appoint.
So are you telling me that he was so useless to the extent that he had no hands in any form of appointment, even including his own relatives? Is that what you are saying? He was the second in command. So the candidate that she is supporting and campaigning for was part of the family and friends and demonstrated that. And so I haven't seen her insult anybody in this clip. But I've seen her confessing and speaking the truth. Ghanaians have not forgotten. And that she is campaigning for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia because she stands a chance to be appointed under Mahmoud Bawumia. What it means is that she's hoping for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in the unlikely event that he becomes the president to form the same team that landed this country in chaos, that made this country a crime scene. And so, in the unlikely that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia becomes the president of this republic, he's just coming to continue with the rot of Akufo-Addo. In any case, this election is all about credibility. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia lost the elections largely because Ghanaians did not see him to be a credible person. Now that the entire MPP are criticizing Adwoa Safo, we're in this country when Abrunya, your Brown Ahafo regional chairman, took on Archbishop Duncan Williams, called him all manner of names. In fact, they virtually insulted the Christian community of not voting for them and singled out Archbishop Duncan Williams and used all manner of unprintable words on him, a man of God in this country. That was an attack on Christendom, on the Christian faith. The MPP was quiet, including Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Today, Adwoa Safo has said something small, something that we all know about. They want her to break loose. When Abrunya was insulting Duncan Williams, I cannot repeat those words that he used on him. Those were insults. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was quiet. It's time to infer that he endorsed those insults. Because if he didn't, he would have spoken around that time. Up to now, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has not commented on that. Now, we in the NDC, we are not looking at the crisis in the MPP to form our strategy. We are very hopeful that President Mahama will serve this country and serve this country well, like he's doing. At the end of his tenure, we would have a successor. In fact, we've been here before, but our own was not as chaotic as it is today because no member of our government ever insulted the Christian faith and singled out a very renowned person like Bishop Duncan Williams as Abrunya did. And so she's only confessing to the family and friends that we talked about.
Okay.
I don't wish the MPP well. I don't wish them well. Let them have their internal primaries on the 31st of January. I don't even understand why they would elect a flag bearer before electing national executives. Sly wants to be a general secretary of the party. And so if they elect a flag bearer, they will now come and elect perhaps Sly as a general secretary, and Sly will compel to work with such a person, even if he has no faith in him. Okay. And when I talk about the quality of leadership in the NPP, Bra Champong, this is a man who was at the center of acquiring a state asset at a Portray Sound. This was a man who was in charge of national security that we recorded the Ayahuasca by-election crisis, the worst violence in the history of this country. Today, it appears whoever can make or can boast of $1 million or $2 million in his bank accounts sees himself as a presidential material. You need to be made. There need to be that national conversation. You need to prove your worth. And when they talk about the clips that if they let Kennedy Japan, there will be a lot of tapes that will play. There are 1,001 tapes about Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. That speaks to his credibility and competence. And so whoever among the four is elected will not make any headway and will not pose a challenge to the NDC. The NPP is at their lowest. It may take them some 8 to 12 years to be able to reorganize themselves. For me, I thought that they made a very big mistake when they elected Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to lead them into the 2024 elections. They said they were trying to prove to Ghanaians that the NPP is not an account-based party. If you truly believe that your party is an account-based and that wins you power, go for it. You went to elect a candidate who had lost credibility from all sectors of Ghanaians, and you want to impose him on the good people of this country. So we are ready for them, wherever they bring as a flag bearer. Right. The NPP is well poised. We think that we are doing very well. Okay. Ghanaians will not reject the NDC for the NPP, looking at the track record that President Mahama is currently undertaking.
Okay. Let me read a few messages. I'll give you time to give your concluding remarks. We have less than 6 minutes to go. Alhaji Hamza from Payfarm says, good morning, my brother Moro. Let's face it. The NPP lacks political leadership to control the affairs of the party. I will even advise them not to contest the 2028 elections because the leadership to manage the affairs of the party is not there. My problem with them is that they will not simply listen to good advice from people simply because they feel they know it all. So they should continue. We are watching them. Whatever attacks and insults that they are pouring on one another will be used as a campaign message to them. So they should continue. But more, I hope and pray the NDC is learning from this because very soon it is going to be our turn. President Mahama will not be around. Let's get that. Musa Abata from Asawasi says, kindly tell Sly to focus on resolving the wahala within their own party and leave President Mahama out of it. What does Adwoa Safo's advice have to do with President Mahama? The real issue is that the NPP lacks neutral elders who can call party functionaries to order. Many of these so-called elders have openly taken sides with one candidate or another, and that is why the internal conflict persists and are likely to end anytime soon. It is unlikely to end anytime soon. My regards to the eldest statesman, Dada Ato Ahoy. Prosper Ashikwe from Asylum Down says, Mo, it's always nice to see my brother Honorable Sly on the show. Say good morning to him, Charlie. I tell you no lie, like I've always said, my brother Sly is one of the finest guys I've known. A true gentleman, very intelligent. However, he never came across as someone who would do partisan politics. And guess what? He joined the wrong political party. Well, I'm going to clamor for him to become the general secretary of the party. But he would unfortunately remain in opposition for a very, very long time. Ghana is working under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Peter T. from Shukura says that my name is Peter T. Moro. I have continued reminding you to deal with relevant people when more relevant, development-oriented and qualified ones that can transform and properly take full control of our economy. MBB and Bawumia have failed Ghanaians. A political party that set a bad precedence that involves various stakeholders to lose their jobs and businesses can never survive a comeback to rule this country any longer. We don't need MPP. We don't need any cruel, unproductive Bawumia style of administration to take over the affairs or rule this country anymore. Let's be wise and think big. Say no to MPP for 2028. Good morning. Please tell Sly to stop talking about both parties and concentrate on MPP. We're dealing with MPP primaries now, not both parties. If Adwoa Safo is saying Ken victory would affect their political fortune, should Ken support Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia if he wins, since that will affect Ken's political fortunes? Kalio Man from Wa sends that message. Reverend Joslate says, hi, good morning. The best jollof rice cooks are Ghana. In Accra, we used to call jollof rice jolly rice. Jolly. I think it's jolly. Jolly means boy or girlfriend. Yes, it is called so because when a lady wanted to please a fiancé, she would cook one pot rice for him. Nigerians had no idea of jollof rice until Ghanaians went to Nigeria in the late 70s. The Senegalese have been cooking wolof rice from time immemorial or time immortal. The recent phenomenon of the artificial contest between Ghana and Nigeria about jollof rice is a waste of time. How can people that learn how to cook jollof rice from Ghanaians say that they are the best? If you want to know more about jollof rice, check with any Ghana woman alive who is over 70. I think so. Reverend John Slater contributing to our jollof debate. Papa Bisu says, good morning. The MV folks are good in opposition, but worse any time in government. They're very quick to criticize any government that has no root in the UP-MPP tradition. Sly wasn't able to see anything negative about e-levy on a poor woman and man's pocket for so many years. Same as the so-called banking cleanup under the incompetent regime. Hence, was mute and Ghanaians suffered. Today, in opposition, he has suddenly found his voice, same as other MP folks seeking attention, hence criticizing anything under His Excellency John Mahama's government. Fact is, majority of Ghanaians know the hardships and the suffering they went through under them. On that important note, it will be an illusion for MP forever. Papa Bisu Spintex in Accra. Manche Bruce from Takrade is a Takrade Technical University. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is a very formidable candidate for the 2028 elections, distinguished by his extensive experience, meticulous preparation, and considerable electoral appeal. His notable attributes, including humility, compassion, exceptional leadership, acumen, integrity, intellectual rigor, and an unrelenting pursuit of excellence, position him as a compelling figure to spearhead and unify the new patriotic party going into the 2028 general election in Ghana. No amount of insult, lies, or shenanigan can change that. Manche Bruce II in Takrade. Mystic Wonder Avuko inside his mom says, good morning to you, Maureen, your panelists. The MP is simply suffering from leadership and credibility crisis. Looking at the good work that the tried and tested President John Dramani Mahama is doing for Ghana, and Ghana will work again. Tafa in Amran here sends the message, says that good morning. The comments made by Adjoa Safo doesn't help her candidate because she only cares about her ambitions and not the country's interests. And Idi Mukhtar, my very good friend who lives in Adenta, apparently you're not feeling too well. You've been under the weather for a bit. Sorry about that, Alhaji Idi. I can only wish you shifa. I can only wish you speedy recovery. But it says the least we talk about this particular MPP, the better. They have no leadership, neither do they have direction. All right. I have so many messages, I won't be able to read them. But Sly, if you can do this in a minute.
Oh, no, it can't be in a minute.
No, time.
I mean, please, you allow him to you see,
will take us off.
I cautioned from the beginning that trying to compare the MPP of the 1996 to an MPP leadership now, to say the MPP has sunk too low. If you put side by side, how did President Mahama become president of this country? What was President Mahama's track record? We know it. History has it. Put President Mahama side by side of former Vice President Bawumia. Please, don't go there. You see, these are things when you begin to do this comparison. Put Mahama before he became Vice President. And Bawumia.
Ghanaians judge on that.
Please. Please. The fact that he wins an election does not make you the best person around. This time, if it's a verdict, debate is concluded. Please, if that is anything to go by, President Mahama was beaten twice by former President Akufo-Addo in this country. So please, let me tell you something. Before, I made the point clear. Before he became the president of this, or vice president, put him side by side. Any of the 5 aspirants we have today, put President Mahama before he became vice president. From Mahmoud Bawumia, his track record, his work experience, his exposure, much better than him. Put Kwabena Agyapong, put Brian Champong. And you mention again that Brian Champong sought to buy a state property. You see, if we are not careful, the envy that engulfs some people in this country is what happened in the pre NDC.
So we're being envious of him.
Please.
It's happening this December. It's the biggest, the largest, the Bushels Jollof Party Festival. It is the Metro Jollof Festival happening on Saturday, 20th December 2025 at the forecourt of Metro TV. It is an all-day event with